if I do.
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about on the radio.
Get ready.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball! Can't stop the hustle.
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. We're doing the show. Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Yippity! Halfway
Here we go.
through the week. Here we go, man. Here we go! Trying to do something different every day.
Yeah.
I share my first morning sip of coffee with you.
Oh.
Good morning. I'm here.
Thank you.
Welcome to Covino and Rich, the show. Good morning, Rich.
Good morning, buddy. Lots to get to today, believe it or not. Random headlines I'm seeing that I figure I want to throw by you.
I'm seeing those too.
I'll say headlines, entertainment, women, life observations. Thank you guys very much. We be rocking out. Let's go. Holy mother nuggets. Oh my God. And oh my God, holy mother meatballs. Thank you for being here. We're going to talk about Eminem. We're going to talk about cancel culture. We're going to talk about relationships. We're not going to harp on cancel culture because I know that rubs people's buttholes the wrong way. So if it's in the news, we talk about it. It's as simple as that. We've been doing this for a long time. Bear with us. We'll get there. What's up?
I've already heard. I heard Spot say, "Oh, headlines." If he makes a reference to me having wrinkles of any sorts, we're talking about the guy who his face looked like a used catcher's mitt.
An old catcher's mitt, Rich.
That's his line.
An old catcher's mitt. Stop stealing
I'm saying
my line.
a used catcher's mitt.
He beat you to the punch.
Look at this. I've noticed, especially this week, the puffiness and bags under my eyes. I have to trim. I'm trimming up the beard on Thursday. I got an appointment finally.
Told you.
So
you look like a ripped homeless person.
I know. I'm working out in the park.
I mean, in Spot's defense, he's rolling out of bed in his pajamas. So it's not like he's really trying. So that's Spot on the Flex Cam. He's our producer. We are Covino and Rich. Steve Covino, nice to meet you. Rich Davis in Texas, live from the heavens. And we, yes, live from Zeus's bedroom.
You're pretty bright today. I don't know if I might have to turn you down.
Me too.
Me?
Yeah, Covino.
My mom says I'm bright all the time, every day.
Aren't you, Stevie?
Thank you. So, hope you had a great Tuesday night.
Yeah,
it's that Humpty Hump day. My
in
name's
progress.
Covino, pronounced with an Ovino. I like my oatmeal lumpy. I bathe in it to clear my rashes.
How's that going, by the way? How's the ankle snake bite, spider bite, butt rash going?
I don't know. I once got busy in a Burger King bathroom. I have no idea, man. But it's Humpty Hump day. I have no clue. I try not to look at it. Here you go.
Oh.
But you know what they say?
Better? Oh,
You know
no?
what they say?
It's dried up a bit, if that's any consolation.
You know what they say, though? The longer the sock, the downer the fool, bro. Downer the fool. So let's do this. 'Cause I'm
They've
feeling
always said
down.
that.
Always said that. Got on my business socks because it's business time, and I'm ready to go. Hope you had a
Do you
great
have a-
Tuesday.
Do you have a feeling of exhaustion, a feeling of like we did the right thing by coming right back on the air on Monday, but truthfully, you probably should have taken a few days to yourself to reflect and think.
Oh, hell yeah. I lost a lot of hair. I caught eczema. It's all sorts of...
Do you catch eczema? I don't know.
Yeah. Everyone hit me
eczema.
up. I swear to God. Well,
No,
you
but
don't
I mean,
catch
you
it, but
catch it.
stress related. Like my stress levels were so high, even though I was downplaying them and trying to mask it and just trying to, hey, we got this.
I caught
trying,
shingles.
Trying to let my confidence be my guide. My false confidence sort of guide the way for me. Deep down, you're stressed out and your body reacts in certain ways. And when you're getting back to thousands of people, thanking them, trying to figure it out, dealing amongst each other, and just trying to plan out your future, that's stressful. Probably needed at least a week off, but didn't want to lose any momentum. And the fact that we got this going on Monday when we just announced our last show on Sirius XM on Friday, it's a true testament to A, how much we care, and B, how great Spot is. Spotty!
I'll take it.
Spotty wanted a week off.
I'll take
Hey,
it.
Spot, people are saying, are you good? Some people are not seeing a Patreon link yet.
Really? Who?
Yeah, man.
Can you tell me who? Can you let me know who?
Vic in Toronto. That's
Okay.
it.
I mean, just because Vic in Toronto can't figure it out, it doesn't mean everybody. But
Are we operator error? I just want to make sure we don't. I don't want
there's
to. I
a
don't want
lot
to waste
of that.
energy if we're not on.
you know, here's the awkward thing that I'm experiencing. Look, when you think about it, people always paid for Covino and Rich, right? We've always been on a subscription-based platform. But now you get just us, and we're trying to give more and do more, and we're excited to do more, and it's flattering, and it's humbling, and it's like heartwarming. It's all those things. It really is. But now, because they're strictly paying for you because, you know, they want you to entertain them, I can't really say what I'm thinking sometimes, you know?
And
everybody has their opinions, man, and they're really quick to share them, Rich.
Well,
and
you
there's
have,
a part of me that's like, you know?
You become customer care.
Yeah. And no, but people are very opinionated. It's like you realize we just like sort of got let go like a week ago, made this shit happen. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so we don't have a studio yet. Keep your chonies on. We're getting there.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. We're doing this together. It's going to be great. You're going to look back and say, hey, man, I remember I was, you know, subscribing, watching, listening when they were in Spot's living room when the guy didn't even get dressed for work. Remember those days when Spot rolled out with no socks on? Yeah, you've been listening since then. But, man, people have lots of opinions. And like I said, I'm grateful. But at the same time, I want to say, beat it.
No, you want to say, give us a second. Like someone hit us up minutes ago saying Spot's flex cam looks like we're a low budget cable show. Which
And they're right. But
they're right. I mean, what do you want?
Yes, we're doing our best.
It's like it's fun. It's,
We know
let
that.
me capitalize on this while I can, because let's be honest.
You mean all
it's not
radio
gonna last
shows
forever.
don't have an old lady lamp in the background?
What old lady lamp? That was my grandmother's.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, proven.
Yeah. You mean I was exactly right.
This is a beautiful lamp.
I'm not saying it's not.
This is an antique lamp.
I'm saying you think all cool radio shows don't have old lady grandma lamps? I get it. We're doing the best we can. And I do want to make one thing clear. Yes, I am so stoked. My big mission is to not seem like we're pleading and begging. Fuck that. I want to give back. I want you to feel like this is worth it, right?
Yeah.
But we just really want you to tell some friends about it. That's all we ask here. Tell some friends, get a friend involved, and then we can continue kicking butt here. We really appreciate it. The one thing I do want to say is when we were on SiriusXM, people really need to understand this. When we were on SiriusXM, we did 2 hours and 24 minutes of radio content every day.
Yeah.
With commercials, it came out to 3 hours. Okay? Today's podcast world is what, Rich? An hour show?
Every podcast company that Covino and I have talked to, and by the way, we're going to continue doing this, but you know, obviously we've talked to podcast companies and people are reaching out like, Covino and Rich, what are you doing? Who you working with? Who you want to work with? You know, it's so nice to feel those phone calls coming in. But everyone we've talked to is like, so let's say you guys did a 45-minute show or an hour, maybe hour, 10 minutes tops. Like the podcast world does not desire hours of content. That's what it is.
Because you keep wanting more, as quick as short. You know, until next time, sometimes it's once a week in the podcast world. Our old show, 2 hours, 24 minutes total.
Yeah.
The past two shows we've done have been over that, and people are still telling us to do more. It's like, that's not the world we live in. We all have to change our way of thinking, including us, guys, including us. I want to keep going. I've got lots to say. I get warmed up. I'm like,
oh, you're like that. What's that cartoon?
Oh, I'm like Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch way back on a Wednesday. Chicka-ba, 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 ba, ba, ba. By the second hour, that's when I start kicking in. And then, hey, see you in the promised land. We're still giving you over 2 hours and 24 minutes, at least the last two shows, Doug Ferrier. But if we feel like cutting it short, that's just sort of how this medium works. Some days we'll go longer, maybe we'll go shorter. It just all depends. But I am very thankful. Dude, I got to tell you, it makes me want to shed one more tear, leaving me with 94 for the year when I think about people paying just for us. It's amazing, man. It's so amazing. And I'm pleasantly surprised by that.
I thought you were going to say it makes you want to shed all that dead skin on your ankle.
Turning into Snake Man. I don't know.
Snake boy.
Snake Man.
Yeah. Super Vato Hero. Got
don't know.
bit by
I don't
a-
know.
Got bit by a
I don't
snake.
know. I don't know what I would have predicted. Honestly, think about it. If I told you 5 years ago or 10 years ago, hey, Covino, a pandemic's going to hit and it's sort of going to tear your life apart a little bit career wise,
Yeah.
or producer Spot was going to be on our show with a flex cam.
That's funny. I would have never predicted either one of those things. Either one of those things. Hey, you brought it up. Can I mention something? There's lots going on in the world, right?
Yeah, of course.
People are coming into our country with the Rona. Some say illegally. Some say, hey, welcome on in. I get it. I'm just telling you what's happening, right?
Yeah.
But people with the Rona are bringing it back here when we're trying to get rid of it. That's odd to me, right? But, hey, to each his own, prove alone. You can't control the Rona. We do our best, obviously. It's causing for lots of conversation. Spot, we packed all the sound effects, right? Coronavirus?
Oh, yeah.
We packed them, right? I used my dolly to take them from SiriusXM to Patreon.
Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Shit is getting real!
I've touched on this in the past, like on the early stages of Corona, but for whatever reason, I was really thinking about it yesterday, and I want to know what you're thinking. We'll make it quick. We'll make it snappy. In the year 2050, right?
Okay.
When history books are written and your kids are grown and your grandkids are on the way and maybe they're little and they're talking to you and they tug on your pant leg and they go, Grandpa, or you have an adult conversation with your kid. So, Dad, I was little. What was it like? And you're like, what do you mean, son? What was it like back in 2020, 2021, the great pandemic of the Rona? I don't know how they write it or what they actually call it.
Probably the great pandemic of the Rona. That's probably it. You're right.
And, you put your old man, oh, well, it's sort of tough to talk about. Right? You do this thing. Are you going to have more bragging right, and will your kids and grandkids have more bragging right if they're able to say, and if you're able to say, well, I got it and I survived. No way, Grandpa. You had the Rona?
Yep.
I said this before, but I truly believe it now. Like, hey, I may have lost 2 jobs, but we got into something cooler, we hope, right? Things happen for a reason. Our lives, all of our lives, not just us, all of our lives weren't easy by any means. Some people had it way tougher than others. For the most part, Rich, Spot, a lot of us, unscathed. We followed the rules. We didn't get it. So far, so good. In the future, is it more of a bragging right if you got it and survived?
I was going to ask you, what's the coronavirus? I'm in Texas. I don't know what that is.
Right, exactly, right? That's the other headline.
I don't.
No
I
more
mean,
masks.
what is this? What is this COVID-19 you speak about
Well,
around these parts?
we
We
used-
don't know this thing you speak of.
Yeah, we used to wear masks, but people in Texas said, fuck that. Here's what I'm thinking. You ever talk to old people about Vietnam? And by no means am I comparing this to Vietnam, but it's sort of like our big moment of our generation. We luckily haven't had a war. It's the war against the Rona-19, the Vid-19. Think about it when you were a kid. If your kid or your classmate said, yeah, my dad was a nom, and your dad wasn't, you kind of thought, well, man, no, his dad is kind of cool. Yeah, my dad survived. He was in the war. Wow, really? That's crazy. Yeah, my dad was not. There's something cooler about that kid's dad being in Vietnam, even though it sucked, and even though, it's a nightmare for a lot of people to look back. Don't you think we're going to look back in a similar fashion? Again, I'm not comparing the virus and a war. I'm saying something that we survived and lived through.
That's a good question, Spot. I was going to ask Covino and you, what has more of like and by no means is it a quote bragging right, but a like survivor story. Is the story when you're an old man that you were in New York on 9/11, or is it you had the vid and survived it? Like what's the thing that really you deserve zero credit for, but will seem like, oh wow, he was there or something? Like,
Grandpa, what did you do to serve the country during the great pandemic of the what did I call it? The great pandemic of the Rona. I tell you, it was tough, but I saw my couch and I laid on it for 1 year straight. Gee, Grandpa, you laid on your couch for 1 year? That sounds terrible. 1 year.
One
Full
year.
Full year. And it hurts. It hurts to think about. We lost a lot of people, but your grandpa fought a good fight. I'm here to tell the story.
Do you know that I saw on someone's Instagram, and it's someone that you guys know, so I won't say who it is.
Oh, boy.
Because it was on our Covino Rich account.
Oh, boy.
And they was like, I have to look. I took a screenshot of it, but in their description,
Rona survivor?
yes, one of their like, you know how we know how we talked about your bio and like how you should sell yourself and all this stuff.
Yeah, mentor,
like
life coach.
Mentor, life coach, all that stuff. Go back in the archives. One of the things was like COVID survivor. Like everyone now wears that badge. Like I've had the Rona.
Hey, by the way,
so I'm like this is part of me now.
And I say this kindly and respectfully. I have friends. We all have friends. We all know somebody that was affected, one way or another. People were affected in more severe ways than others. We all know someone that lost their life, right? So I'm not downplaying the severity of what we all went through. I mean, it was terrible for our world and for families everywhere. That's not my point. I'm just saying, if you look back, I bet you it's going to be more of a badge of honor to have had it than to not have had it.
Can I show Covino?
Yeah.
Because you know who it is.
No, I don't.
You do.
Oh, really?
But look, do you see right on the bottom? It's like all their accomplishments in life. COVID-19 survivor.
I mean,
wow. Is it said in irony? Because I don't know.
No. I can tell you straight up, no.
No, and it even has like the swirl star, like the more you know. It has like that afterwards, like it's a
damn. Well, I have a question. Is it more of a I got it and survived, or is it not a bragging right at all? Is it like, yo, I was careless and somehow got it?
No, you're going to be more respected for having it and survived. It'll go down like that. Like, all right, again, we said 2050, so kids are going to have futuristic, weird little names. They're like, Zork's grandpa. How did we have the same fucking name? That's odd. Zork's grandpa wears a T-shirt that says, I got the Rona and survived. How did you not get it, Grandpa? Well, I know it's not as cool of a story.
But I sat around a lot.
I did something that we called quarantine. Zork's grandpa did something that we call hobnobbing, you see? But he survived.
Zork.
I don't know, Grandpa. His story sounds a lot cooler. He's got a T-shirt to prove it. I don't know. So I really, really believe it. Although it's nothing to brag about now. In the future, much like Vietnam was nothing to brag about. I'm sure it was a nightmare, right?
Vietnam survived. Vietnam veterans were disrespected when they got back here. People were rude, terrible to them.
But, we look at it. Hey, I watched the Wonder Years thinking, wow, what a cool time to have gone through, even though it was a nightmare. I'm saying in retrospect, from future kids that really didn't live it or know it, they might have an opposite view of things where they say, yeah, having it and survive is cooler than not ever having it at all. Because what's your war story? What's your story? Well, I did nothing for a year and a half, and I did my part. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a weird bragging right in the year 2050. Well, and it all depends on how the history books are written. That's another big part of it.
Again, you don't want to compare it to a war, but I think the better comparison is not Vietnam. I think the better comparison is living on the East Coast during 9/11. If you were in New York City that day. And,
no. But this is like, all right, the Great Plague, right?
I'm saying the people when people are close enough yet survive something terrible.
But we hold that more near and dear to our corazones because we lived in New York and New Jersey. Although the world was affected by that, it wasn't in their backyard. Texas was affected, but Texas went on with their day. You know what I mean? They went on living somewhat of a normal life. Yeah, they were affected at the airport. We were affected and reminded for years to come, living and working in New York at the time. I'm not saying it didn't have great impact. I'm just saying when this is written and little kids read it, it's going to be like the Great Plague of 2020. And it is. We lost lots of lives. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just saying there's going to be a different viewpoint of respect and honor if you survived it. Part of me wishes I had it now. Just kidding. Just kidding. Universe, I'm kidding.
Oh, don't. You did it.
Just kidding.
Get out of here.
God,
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I mean,
That shit.
I just want to be respected by my future grandkids, Spot.
Well, that would round out your month, though, right?
I mean, it can't get any worse, can it?
What do you
anyway.
think though about do you think that the way Texas is handling things is careless, or do you look at it as, hey, the state of Texas is going to proceed, no restrictions, no mask requirements, and if their numbers aren't much different than everyone else, aren't they proving a different point? Maybe.
I mean, it's different everywhere, man. It all goes back to that. It's the same argument and the same sentiment every time.
No. This is. I mean, Covino, I'm not trying to be argumentative. I haven't been out and about. I'm fucking at home trying to navigate our new life together and trying to navigate everything from career to personal life to kids to everything. So I have not been hobnobbing. I haven't seen anyone since I got here except my wife and kids.
This motherfucker went out on Friday night for fucking.
I know, you're like
Chicken
Janelle.
parm.
He's like our friend Janelle Marie Rodriguez from our TV show.
Yeah.
She's like, this is all the emotions that I have when I get to travel again. And she's posing like all excited. This is how excited I feel now that I'm traveling again, or something like that.
And you're thinking to yourself,
And I'm like, wait, when did she stop traveling? Did she ever stop traveling? She's been all over Miami, back and forth, jet setting.
Yeah,
And I say that with love, respectfully.
She's like, honestly, I feel like when I watch her Instagram feed, like I'm looking into like either the future or the past. I feel like it's beyond present day,
Right.
Because it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't comprehend in my brain what she's doing. Right?
Here's what she says. She goes, the series of emotions I feel when I get to travel again. The third one is off on me. Clearly stoked to be in Colombia for the first time or something. It's like, you've been on a plane every time I see you on social media. Every time I see you on social media, you're in a different city. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. I'm just saying. So, I mean, some people have lived their lives and caught the Rona and continued.
Hey, Spot.
Some
here,
people
Spot,
try
I
to
just sent
follow
you.
the
I just sent you the
stupid
picture. Look at the picture. Of
Oh yeah, there it is. Let me hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's zoom in on that.
She's been on a plane left and right. She's been on a plane more than Private Pilot Tim.
Can you do it again?
These are a series of emotions I feel when I get to travel again, or something like that.
By the way, look who liked it. Nico Campanile.
Oh, liked by Nico Campanile. By the way, we lost Nico, but we kept the mozzarella.
Nico, if you're new, there are some new people. We welcome you to our stupid world. Covino and Rich. Nico was our former associate producer that we got to know and love during the great pandemic of the Rona.
Yo, quick question.
2020.
Real quick question though. Did Janelle always have that ass, or did I just not pay attention to it?
Thank you for observing my female characteristics or something like that.
She's always had a great butt spot, but she, in the past year, has worked on it a lot.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
How do I?
She's.
I mean,
how do I sign up for that? How do I sign up to work on?
No, Spot. I mean, she's been hobnobbing, but also like at the gym. So all the things that you haven't done in the last year, she's been doing. Going to the gym, knobbing, everything.
She's got that Cuban.
I've been going to the
rumpy,
gym, obviously.
She got the Cuban rumpy, and it doesn't make us grumpy. But and I say that she's our friend. I want people to understand that we're not bashing her in any way. We love her. She is our former co-host on TV, but she never stopped traveling. Maybe she slowed it down a little bit, but compared to the rest of the world, she was all over the place.
Is according to Mike, who hit us up, is Texas taking a knee in the third quarter of the game, and you're like, yo, you got another quarter to go. Like, is Texas a little? I mean, we've come this far. Like, are they a little too early on the no restrictions, no mask? I want to make that very clear, Covino. You said, yeah, every state's doing a little different. No. Texas is straight up like there's nothing restricted at all. Like restaurants, stores, full capacity, no mask required. Nothing.
They're putting their boot down. They kick it boot down. How you gonna kick it? Gonna kick it boot down. Kicking their boot down. They're saying, I ain't wearing this darn mask anymore. My name ain't Buster Scruggs. They took the mask off and I was, woo, wait. They threw it away
Sorry
and that was
about
it. That's how it. And they put
Sorry.
their boot down.
Sorry,
That's
I'm not sure.
Sorry, Spot.
Not sure how that happened there.
What
happened again?
I don't even know what happened.
Sorry. I was just like messing around. I'm like, oops.
Oops.
yeah.
Oh, what's
Oh,
up?
I'm sorry. What? Oh, oops.
Oh, hey.
Oh, sorry. What?
I do think about, you know what? The reverse is happening down here, Covino. I'm not going to lie. I went to the gym last night, right? And you get looks if you're wearing a mask. Are you following? It's
That
like
boy
the
better take
reverse.
his mask off or my name ain't H.I. McDonough. What in tarnation is on this boy's face? Give me that.
It's the vibe I got. I felt like anyone I saw that saw me looked at me like, man, why are you wearing a mask? Not required. But I feel like, why would you not wear a mask for now?
Hey, sometimes people forget. Look, I could be walking on the streets rocking it sometimes. I'm
I
so
hate
used to
that.
it now. And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Take this miserable thing off. You know? But, yeah, I know it's different in Texas now. And as they say in Texas, life's a risk or not.
If I told you you were going out and about, but there was no mask requirement,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you'd still wear one when you're amongst other people, but then you take it off when you were in your own little area, right?
Well, I'm not from Texas, right? So I'm coming from a different perspective where I
No,
have
but that's what
different
I'm
habits.
asking you from your perspective.
Yeah, I'd probably feel inclined, just based on how I lived for the past year plus, to be a little more precautious. That's all.
And that's how I'm acting. And here, it seems like everyone is very anxious to just rip off that bad boy. And I'm like, it's not that much of a hassle. Like, I get it. At a restaurant, you're eating, so you're gonna take it off. But at the gym, you're trying to tell me you can't do some pec deck or you can't do some curls with a mask on? Like, really?
By the way, I made up a word I think called precautious. You like that? Is that a word?
Precautious?
Yeah, I was just looking it up. I'm like, that's not a word.
It's not a word.
But I made that up. Thank you.
You're either cautious or you take
Yeah.
precautions.
I combined them.
Huh.
Precautious.
Yeah, I knew it sounded odd.
Verb.
Cautious.
That's what OGs do. You make up shit. And it sounds right. Combine them.
Is that an adjective? Is that an
Yeah.
adverb?
That's right. Made that up on the fly without even knowing. So, hey, Rich, how do I feel about it? How do you feel about it? You're out there. What
I don't know.
difference does it
I
make to me?
feel like they're a little ahead of schedule, but I mean, there's still a lot of places.
These
that are gonna
colors
say, "Listen,
don't run, and they sure as hell don't run from the Rona.
There's a lot of stores and places that will say, "Hey, listen, that's what the governor says, but if you want to come in here, wear a mask." Like they're still allowed to make their own little rules. They can't be mandatory, but I guess a store can refuse, right?
No shoes, no shirt, no service.
No mask.
No
service.
mask, no shoes, no
Yeah.
service. Yeah, they could do whatever they want, I guess.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, how it pans out, because what if Texas doesn't get worse and everything's fine? Does it prove that other people were too cautious and a bunch of putos?
I mean, you really can't blame people for trying to contain something that we didn't know how to contain either, right? It's like, wait, so you got the answers now. Great, in retrospect. You know, hindsight is 2020, pun intended, right? You can't blame people for trying to figure it out as they went. It's kind of like what we're doing here on the radio. Trying to figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be easy to look back and say, what were they doing?
Now, I had an old friend hit me up yesterday, one of our old radio buds, and he was asking, like, well, where are
Oh,
you guys
can I
gonna-
guess? Mark Goodman and his pleasure chest?
No.
Hey, it's Mark Goodman. Hey. This is my my pleasure chest.
One of our old radio buds hit me up, and he said,
Stacy Q has been here.
you and Covino, and he was very adamant about, like, if you guys could, you and Covino should get out of California. I'm like, well, Covino's sort of stuck in California because of his kid. He's convinced that we're in the beginning of, like, local government really deciding where people want to live.
Speaking of adamant, there was one time me and Adam Ant had a chest off back in the 80s. Michael Jackson was there. Prince was there. Here's
me,
Goody
Mark Goodman.
Two Shoes on 80s on 8. This is my pleasure chest. It's called Mark Goodman's treasure chest.
Yeah.
But we
That
all
was-
know. We all know.
It was that time?
pleasure,
It was that time me and Adamant double teamed Marie Fredrickson from Roxette.
You know, Adamant was a goody two shoes until he and I double teamed Cyndi Lauper after this party.
I mean,
And,
I'm kidding. That never happened,
I'm
or
just
did it? Here's time after time.
Here's time after time on 80s on 8. So wait, who was? It wasn't Mark Goodman. It was someone else that said this.
Yeah, no, just the fact that it was an old school radio buddy is an irrelevant detail. I was just saying that they were wishing you well, and they were saying how if you're not stuck in California.
Speaking of wishing me well, it was me and Terrence Trent D'Arby, and we were banging hoes. Terrence said, "My Mark Goodman, what a pleasure chest you have," and I agree. Here's wishing well, Terrence Trent D'Arby, 80s on 8. I love that song, by the way. That's one of my favorites. You can like a wishing well, kiss and tell underneath the sycamore tree. Hey, so Rich, I feel like when you say things like that, you're like setting us up for a switcheroo when Rich decides to move to Texas. I already have in my mind that you'll be there someday, right? But there's nothing I could do, like you said, to our mystery radio pal, for at least another 7 years until my kid's 18 or so, even though she probably won't want to hang out with me, in 3 years.
No, I mean,
There's nothing I can do.
I mean, I'm in the middle of doing construction on a house in California and have every intention on living there for a while. I'm just saying the sentiment of people coming and leaving and going and moving to states based on local government and state government and how you sort of align with them. Does that mean anything to you? Like, do you look at California and say the local government's so bad, there's hobos under every overpass, even in nice cities and nice neighborhoods, that fast forward 5 years, do you want to live in a place where that is sort of running wild?
I mean, no. The answer is no.
So,
I want to be where the people are. I want to be somewhere different.
What is it?
I don't know. I want to be
Something dancing.
people dancing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be where the hobos are, to be
What do
honest.
you call them? Feet.
But, hobos are people too.
Up where they run.
But they run rampant here in California. I don't think people really understand that. It's really bad. But, it's still beautiful out here. It really is. It's beautiful weather, beautiful backdrop. Look, Texas is a great place. Maybe I'll live there one day. I don't know. They're ahead of the game right now. They tore their masks off. And I don't want to harp on the Rona. We've talked about that for a year and a half. That's the reason we're sitting in Spot's living room right now.
We are?
That's the reason why we lost 2 jobs. That's the reason why a lot of people lost a lot of lives.
I thought we were planning on making a permanent move to my living room.
No.
Last year. that wasn't the plan. Working from home. Oopsie.
So, Texas, we salute you. Corona will be a weird bragging right in the future. That's my hot take of the day. And I digest.
I just think you're. No one wants the vid. I do think though that I'll make the 9/11 comparison again only because of the story involved. People that were living around the World Trade Center during that tragedy have a story that wants to be heard, right? People want to be like, tell me more. Yeah, the buildings came down and there was, it's terrible. And yeah, that story is better than someone like telling a story when they were in Wyoming during 9/11. If you tell a story about the year and a half we lost because of COVID-19, if you had COVID-19, your story is just a little better, sadly.
I survived the Andrea Doria.
Here's the great plague of 2020. I didn't know what to do, but Grandpa needed some booty.
What,
Dude,
Grandpa?
I mean-
Nothing. But I went out, and I probably shouldn't have.
Is this your brother?
Yeah.
Is this Tommy?
yeah.
Is this Tommy?
I probably shouldn't have gone, but, I was quite the ladies' man back in those days.
Dude, I mean, people, it's not survivor's guilt. I wish I could figure the term for what you're saying, because I bet you there's some term for what you're saying. Like, Spot, if you're a marathon runner, right?
You've noticed?
There's oddly a weird part of that person that, like, if they were at the Boston Marathon during that terrible bombing, they have a story. Like, people want to, like, telling a terrible story has like some weird fucking clout. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you were at the, I mean, not that it takes away, because it was, tragedies like that are very jarring, but like that happened at the finish line. If you were at, like
The sneaker store?
yes. If you were like 6 miles away.
Good one, bro.
Thanks, bro. The sneaker store? Finish line?
Great. If you were like 6 miles away from where it happened, yeah, you were part of the experience. Bang! But are you, like, do you have the same experience that someone who was like at the finish line had?
Dude, it's a weird fucking thing. And Covino broke the glass on something a little bit, where people love to tell the story. And if they feel like even an ounce of a victim, even when they're not, the story is a better tale 10, 20, 30, 40 years later. Truth is, if you're a marathon runner and live in the New England area and you're like, yeah, I ran marathons in my 20s and 30s, I'm from Boston, someone's going to be like, were you at the Boston Marathon that terrible year? And your story, sadly, is more intriguing if you're like, you know what? I was there.
I was there. Yeah.
It was a terrible day. Like,
I was there.
I'm telling you, it's just sadly a part of storytelling.
Yeah.
I do think people embellish for the sake of their stories, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be like a big fish moment for sure.
Yeah,
Grandpa,
really.
all Grandpa got was the sniffles. You're like, it was terrible.
It's like a weird tragedy FOMO almost.
Right.
That's what Mouser said. And I agree. It's like a weird FOMO. Like, you don't want to be affected, but you selfishly want to be able to tell like your side of your perspective on something. It's like, fucking feel lucky that you're not part of it and move on.
That's it. But, the history books will be written in such a way where, man, to survive this time, and it's terrible. It sucks ass. It's going to be interesting looking back. We're going to get into some rando news. There's not a whole lot. It's a slow news week. It's a snooze week. Dr. Seuss is in the news, still in the news. We talked about that yesterday. Catch it on demand on our Patreon app. The other story I thought was interesting, Rich, and I know you got things to talk about, but it's this story of Eminem, which is real and not real all at the same time, right? Yeah. Because there's a generation that's like, yeah, okay. And then there's a younger generation like, no, I didn't live it, I don't care, and it's not right regardless. So the story goes like this. Gen Z, I think they're who I call the weenials, right?
Yes.
Gen Z is trying to cancel. Cancel culture is not going away. Still like top 10 trending right now. People talking about that shit all the time. Now Gen Z is trying to cancel Eminem based on his really crude lyrics about killing his wife and everything else.
I think I hate the term cancel culture in itself.
Oh,
also.
yeah. I want to kick myself in the balls when I say it, but, I mean, this is what it is, right? Gen Z is on TikTok trying to cancel Eminem, but millennials, who I call the what? Didn't I call them the weenials originally? They're on the front lines fighting back. The question is, what do you think? We all know he came out swinging. That's who he was. He owned that from the get-go. So it's like he's always been the bad guy. Who gives a shit? But Gen Z, who didn't live it, hears this and says, how are you ever okay with it? And like I said, it's kind of real, but kind of not all at the same time, because even millennials are like, yeah, no, that's just his whole sort of shtick. Like, we get that. We make exception. We understand. That's just who he is, you know?
Not that I'm at a loss for an opinion or words, but I don't think anyone, you, me, or anyone, knows the appropriate line in which to hold people accountable. Because yesterday we talked about Dr. Seuss and how he was not always a great guy. And then, people were hitting us up with imagery that he did really racist sketches and cartoons other than his books, obviously. And it's like,
again, although I saw some of those images, and they are terrible, those were not the images in his children's books.
No, I'm saying, right. So it's like, do we no longer celebrate Dr. Seuss? I mean, 2 years ago, President Obama, who's an African-American man, said, you could learn everything you need to learn from Dr. Seuss. Yesterday at my kid's school, I went to pick Emmy up, and as I was walking down the hall to pass the different classrooms, that's how, like, you pick her up at her classroom. All the different classrooms of different kids that were like, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old. all did their own different Dr. Seuss art project yesterday. I guess it's Dr. Seuss week or day.
Mhm.
And there was little Lorax faces made of construction paper and little fish bowls of they are not holding back in schools, at least where I'm seeing it, because Emmy all week is like Dr. Seuss week. They're doing it all week.
When Dr. Seuss wrote "Oh, the places you'll go," he didn't assume the cancel bin in the garbage. Burn his books. And I get it. Look, maybe. Well, actually, I don't, but I understand. You know, from today's perspective, it's not vibing. There's a different way of thinking that I'm trying to get on board with. Otherwise, I'm a dinosaur, and I'm old and grumpy and mad for no reason. I mean, I don't want to be mad because I don't agree. If that's how you feel, great. I might disagree, but I'm not going to get mad at that shit. I have other things to get mad about. Eminem always owned who he was. And I saw some TikTok sort of retaliation, and a millennial woman was like, the cover of his first album was him dumping the body of his wife with his daughter into the ocean. You know, like, that's who he was. It was sticky. That's what it is. And even we're okay with this. And if we as millennials are okay with this, Gen Z, this is never going to happen. You're never going to cancel Eminem. If there was one guy who never gave a fuck, I just don't give a fuck. It's Eminem. But when you look back, what's really funny, though, Rich, is when you look through the lens of a Gen Zer, although they're okay with the wet-ass puseta, as we discussed yesterday, when they hear the misogynistic way and homophobic way that Eminem speaks sometimes, that we all rocked out to,
That's how you listen to Eminem?
Yeah. They're like, yo, dude, what was wrong with your generation? And we're like, I don't know. We really didn't think that too much about it. I really didn't put too much stock into it. I just liked the song. You know, and he does drop a lot of homophobic lines that he had to later apologize for.
Are there songs that people want canceled? They just want him canceled? Are there songs where they're like, we shouldn't play that anymore?
Look at the cover of the Slim Shady LP, his first album. His Kim, his wife at the time's dead body in the trunk, while the daughter's there with him. And they're like, I don't get it.
How do you get the mood
How
so
are you
big?
ever tolerant of this? I don't get that at all. And it's really funny, man. I don't know if there's specific songs. I've seen several different lyrics and lines and songs go back and forth on these TikTok battles. So now what's odd is, like, you're starting to see a little pushback of Gen Z going too far and millennials saying, hey, we started all this social justice and social change. You guys are taking it too far.
Why do I all of a sudden, you know how a lot of times when a president serves his tenure, Covino, Spot, what do they say? They say, wait a while and history will show the big picture. Like, you can't judge someone in the moment. A lot of times a president that we look back and say, oh, they were great. In that moment, no one really liked them. You know, for all we know, we look back and say totally different things about Trump or Obama. You look back through a different lens, right? The millennials may have had it completely right. Maybe they're the balance between the older generation and Gen Z. Maybe the millennials are just enough correction without overcorrection.
I mean, every generation has their thing and changes. And, you know, I think we, as older people, and even our parents' generation, need to do a better job of just saying, hey, you guys were doing your thing too, and older people then weren't understanding. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way,
and no one expects you to like it. And to be quite honest, without being rude, no one really cares what you think because you're old and you're not really where it's at right now.
Yeah. I gotta say, I do love the
swallow.
battle. I mean, I'm enjoying the battle between Gen Z and millennials. I sort of like it. I find it funny that a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old are hating each other right now.
Yeah, all because of Eminem and his lyrics. You know, you don't want to mess with Shady. Because why?
Oh, you got to do your interpretive dance.
We'll fucking kill you. Like, kill you? What are you guys listening to?
Why would he kill you?
Savages of the 90s. You early 2000s savages. You know, so
Yeah.
and it's true though, Rich. What is true is that we got it and it didn't bother us really at all. We're like, yeah, he killed his wife. She's in the trunk.
I mean, let's be
She's
honest.
in the trunk. She's in the
Eminem used a lot of gay slurs, and he did it recently too. Like not just 20 years ago. Like Eminem has like a weird free pass to lyrically have no censor whatsoever.
Someone's saying, do I believe everything on the internet? No, I'm giving you the story. You think I'm involved on this war? I believe everything is fake outrage.
You do believe everything you see on TikTok?
No, I believe everything. No, this is something that was trending as of yesterday. You know, when I was talking about Dr. Seuss, this was also in the news. So I'm not supposed to tell you what it's about? You want me to ignore it, jerk off? I mean, guy, for subscribing, thank you.
There's also a TikTok crusade against porn. Have you seen that?
Hey, tell me about it, Spot.
What, the TikTok crusade against porn? Let's save that for another day.
Oh, okay.
No, they just think of it as like it's bad, horrible for women, and it's sex trafficking and all
Wait,
that
I'm
stuff.
sorry. What? Say this again, Spot.
The porn. TikTok's going against porn.
Then how does every TikTok girl have her OnlyFans in her profile?
I don't know, Rich. Maybe it's a
like
different portion of the
all
TikTok fans.
Javier Parra says, who cares? Hey, dude, somebody.
By the way,
do I believe it's millions of weenials out there like, cancel Eminem? No.
You know who cares
Giving
the
you the
least?
story. This is, you know what's trending on social media? Cancel Eminem.
You know who cares the
That
least?
doesn't mean I care. I'm listening to that shit anyway. I'm telling you what's going on. You guy, you.
You know who,
Thanks for subscribing, bud. What?
You know who cares the least, right? Eminem.
Yeah, he's
Like
back in the news.
he's sitting on not that. He's sitting on his millions. He's always had like a fuck you attitude.
Right, always.
He doesn't give a shit. Like, if anything, he might like ride this and like release a public diss track
Any
to like TikTok.
Any specific lyrics stand out when?
No, because I don't want to
Eminem?
say them.
Why? I mean, there are Eminem lyrics that if you're a Gen Zer must make your head spin. Like, Dad, how could you have ever listened to this? What is wrong with you? And you're like, I don't know. I'm a good guy, I tell you. I'm a good guy. Dad, you're terrible. You like this guy? No.
My dad has Eminem CDs.
Yeah, everybody did. I'm innocent.
I promise.
Yeah. All right, so that's the that's the story.
degenerate.
I don't fucking make the stories. I don't make monkeys. I just train them. I don't make these stories.
Can we get you a
I
monkey?
don't care about Eminem being canceled. Telling you what's going on. I also told you it's like a story, but not really. But it is trending. People are talking about it. But the sentiment is, yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Now you've gone too far.
Can we get you a monkey for this show?
Sure.
All
Let's
right,
do
cool. Done.
it. I'd love it. Is there a budget for that?
Yeah, it comes out of your cut.
Great. Great. I'm splitting it up enough. Splitting it up enough. Do I have to split it with the monkey?
I'm splitting it up enough.
Yeah, I am. Even Patreon gets a cut. People should know that. All right, so that was my Tuesday night, scrolling through social media and seeing what was doing. Happy to be here on a Wednesday. I want to thank you guys
Who's
for all
that
the
supposed
feedback.
to be, Rich?
Yeah, what is that in reference to?
That's someone waiting for you to just say just the wrong thing in today's culture.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Well, I like my new ability to just put a picture up now, Spot.
Great.
That's why Rich and I want our archives from SiriusXM. I'd rather be in possession of things I said in the early 2000s than someone else. Not that anyone cares to play them, but let's get a hold of those bad boys.
True that. Now,
Double true.
let me ask you something else. I refuse to say more than this last time. Cancel culture. No one wants something canceled.
Bah! I hate that word too.
But are you allowed to say, yeah, even though the joke was about you, you're being a little uptight about it? Like, Covino, if someone made a joke about you and you took it hard, is it up to me if it's inappropriate, or is it really up to the person being made fun of?
I mean, you're basically describing everything that is the cancel culture. I think a lot of it is more white people trying to protect themselves and trying to be better people. And the people that they're quote unquote offending, a lot of times are like, yeah, that really didn't bother me that much.
I mean, if
But
another
all right.
radio show,
If you feel guilty
another
about it,
radio
then fine.
show or a podcast or a TV show made fun of Steve Covino, but it was true,
Mm-hmm.
Are you mad or are you more like, whatever, funny, they got me?
I mean, it's such a vague question, dude. It depends what they said. They say something about my mama. They say something I don't care
you
about.
read
They
10
say
out of
something
this.
I'm taking personal. Like, what are you talking about? It depends what they're talking about. Is it
Well,
personal? Is it
there's
low?
a new
Is it-
show. There's a new show on Netflix. What is it? Something in Gracie? What is it, Spot?
Georgia and Grady.
Oh, Ginny and Georgia.
Ginny
I'm
and
sorry.
You didn't
Georgia?
expect him to know this, right?
Ginny and Georgia. I'm going to share this right now. Taylor Swift is really mad at this show.
Oh, Ginny and Georgia.
You know, the thing I meant to talk about, I forgot, and
Hold
I
on.
don't even remember.
Let
I
me
wrote
go
it down,
to,
but I think I forgot.
I got it right there, Spot. It's on the screen.
Yeah, I know.
There
I
you
want
go.
to make it bigger though, so people can
Hey,
see
Ginny
it.
and Georgia. 2010 called and wants its lazy, deeply sexist joke back. How about we stop degrading hardworking women by defining this horseshit as funny? Also, Netflix, after Miss Americana, this outfit doesn't look cute on you. Happy Women's History Month, I guess.
All right, give me more context here.
On the show Ginny and Georgia, which is like a teen, like what is it? It's like the teen and her mom. Like it's
like a
someone has a
Yeah, it was a woman who like a teen mom who had like a kid really young with some dude, and now she's like still very young, but the girl's in high school and like she's like the hot.
She's
mom.
like the hot mom. It's
Yeah.
like it's like a 30-ish-year-old mom with a teen in high school, and that's the plot line, right? And in one of the episodes, if you saw on the bottom of that text from Taylor Swift, the tweet on the show, some of the dialogue was, "What do you care? You go through men faster than Taylor Swift."
Ah, got it.
Silly complaint by Taylor, or is it just perpetuating a bad stereotype?
I mean, she made a career off that stereotype.
I don't know. I'm sort of sick of. It's a great story. I'm sick of the whole thing, to be honest. You know, and I want to address Javier Parra again. He's like, I'm 29. I don't care about this stuff. Yeah, but this is the stuff that people are talking about, dude. We don't make it up.
Well, no, hold on now. Ask Javier what he cares about, and we'll talk about it.
Right. You know,
Customer service to the fullest.
I'm not living the life of a Gen Zer or a Taylor Swift. But this is the stuff that gets traction. And he's like, social media is not life. I hate to break the news to you, but people spend more time on social media than actual real life, especially in the past year. And this is the stuff that people are talking about.
If you don't think headlines are Taylor Swift lashes out at Netflix, if you don't think headlines are Dr. Seuss is being canceled, Eminem's being canceled, if you don't think that these are at least the talking points in the news,
Yeah.
I'm curious what you think's in the news, to be honest.
That's the underlying vibe of what young people are pushing. It doesn't matter what old people are thinking. They're not the game changers. It's young people. That's the newsmakers. And that's what's, again, trending. That does matter. Whether you want to believe it or not, Javier. Taylor Swift has a problem with a joke from 2010, you say?
Yeah.
And it's a joke about her. I think her approach is a little lame, but
No, it's not a joke from 2020. She's saying like your joke is like a 10-year-old
Oh, it's
lame
a
joke
10-year-old
that
lame
Taylor
joke.
Swift dates a lot of guys.
I mean, you got to put yourself in Taylor Swift's shoes, I guess. Her size 11 boats that she probably has.
She has boats.
Am I allowed to say that? She definitely has
No,
boats.
she's gonna tweet about you tomorrow.
Nah, she's definitely got boats.
She's a beautiful and talented woman. I don't know, man. I think we've lost again. I said this yesterday. For every action, there's an equal and opposite one. That's some shit I remember. We've come a long way and evolved in a long way, and along the way, what we've lost as a result is a sense of humor about things. You know, nothing's funny anymore. Everything's like, oh wait, I don't know.
Well, you made the point yesterday that The Bachelor is shying away from controversy. Television shows are going to shy away from punchlines. You know, people are going to just second guess all their creative.
Want to know the hypocrisy of that too? This is so funny, man. The hypocrisy of that conversation about The Bachelor is some girl called another girl a prostitute or an escort, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "How can you go on national TV and call me an escort?" Right? I didn't mean to call you an escort. I just was insecure, and it was, that whole spiel I gave yesterday. Yeah. But in the same breath, she's so offended that she could be an escort. All right, really try to you got to wrap your head around it. I know you don't want to, that's why I'm asking you to.
Let me do this. Go ahead.
She's so upset that she could potentially be an escort because it's what? Insulting, right? And not true, right? But in the same breath, she has to explain not that there's anything wrong with choosing such profession because there are people too, and there's nothing wrong with being an escort, and I'm sure they do great work, and they should be respected as well. But don't you ever call me one because that's why I'm crying. How does that make sense? If it's insulting, it's because it's something that shouldn't be looked up to. Yet in the same breath, we're saying, but it's, hey, great career choice. Give me a fucking break. Everyone is full of horse shit of the highest regard. If it was an okay profession, it wouldn't be an insult. Would it now?
Would it now?
Isn't the world a sad place?
How dare you?
When this half-breed Guido from New Jersey has to make sense of it? When me, an average student, has to explain shit to the world? Man, world, you've really lost it. You've really done it. You're really stupid.
Well, can I lighten up the news with another headline from today?
Is it Javier approved? Let's hear it.
I don't know. I hope so. Trying to keep that subscription. Joe Exotic of Tiger King plans to file.
This is the worst news day ever.
What the fuck is going on today?
Joe Exotic.
Maybe Javier's right. The world doesn't care about this. He's right.
Plans to file a motion for a new trial, attorneys say.
You know who else is filing a motion? Me, because I lost my job. Me.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic, whose real name is Joe Maldonado Passage, was sentenced in January 2020 to 22 years in prison, and he's filing for a new trial. And it looks like Joe Exotic's going to get a new trial just in time for his new couple new TV shows about him. Can you believe it's been almost a year
since we wore jeans?
Since we wore jeans and the Tiger King.
Are we going to do something to commemorate the year anniversary?
I think we should have. I think March 13th.
We all wear jeans again.
Is a
we
date
all wear jeans again.
Have a party on. Yeah.
Maybe Spot will get dressed for the occasion. Since he's here barefoot on our national broadcast now.
Sorry,
just chilling. People are like, "Who's that hobo you guys do the show with?" I'm like,
Thursday,
he's not a
as you know. So next week's show, I'll look great. This will all be trimmed up.
That's our producer Spot.
I'll take some model photos over the weekend, some flexing. I'll have a good haircut.
It would be next Friday, the 12th, because our last show in a studio, or a lot of people's last day in their office, was what? Friday, March 13th, correct? That was a big day, right? That was a lot of people's last day in the office because that's what started the 2-week quarantine, the two week fix, right?
That's what started all.
We were going to be back at work before you knew it. 2 weeks later, and then
Rudy
that turned
Gobert
into a year plus.
Caught it in the NBA. We were talking about it. Sports were canceled. Work was canceled. Actually, we went on for about a month washing our hands at work. I remember that. But
yeah, now they put up all those signs.
Yeah.
It was
because there was a sign. There was a sign in the Sirius XM bathroom saying "Wash your hands." That's right.
Sing "Happy Birthday."
I remember standing next to Wizard John from the All Out show with Rude Jude, singing "Happy Hey," and he did the harmony. And he was like "Happy Birthday." What's the harmony part that someone always does? Happy birthday
to.
You know,
sorry, I can only do it when I'm in the middle of the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Harmony spot.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yeah, Wizard John took the harmony like that, and I was like, yeah, this is weird, huh, Wizard John? He was like, yeah, I hope it ends soon, Steve. I'm like, me too. And that was over a year ago. All right, so
hey, by the way, what's today's date?
It's the 3rd,
March
3/3.
We should take a look at where. Covino, can I post a picture of where we were a year ago today?
I mean, where was it?
3/3, March 3rd. Where were we a year ago today?
By the way, just to think of what your mindset was, because think about it. A year ago, right now,
a picture of me at the nudie bar? Then no. Like where are we?
No, I'm gonna just post a picture of you. It's a year ago.
Okay.
Here you were thinking, oh, life's fine. Oh, this pandemic. Oh, you're just gonna wash your hands. We're gonna be fine. But a year ago today, hold on, let me. I got to scroll back a year when I try to share it. Spot. Hold on. It's oh wait, I'll get it right now. We were interviewing someone, Covino.
Haha Davis.
No, we were interviewing someone at ESPN, and I'm just curious if you remember. Hold on, I'll get it.
Was it David Beckham?
No, it wasn't.
That's a good guess.
Chicharito?
Chicharito. Was it Chong? Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong? Uh-oh, here it comes. I was Chicharito.
Chicharito.
Two things happened that day.
By the way,
My
Rich, I can
mom-
see your photos on the bottom. Make sure they're not showing.
Man, that's not. It's Emmy taking my phone.
My mom had a freak
Okay.
out. You're interviewing Chicharito? Did you tell your brother you're interviewing Chicharito? And I'm like, I didn't know my brother was such a Chicharito guy. Sorry, Mom.
Chicharito.
Listen, everyone's making a big deal about this. I got to focus, okay? I got to interview Chicharito. And then my mom's mad at me. And then my brother hits me up. He's like, you interviewed Chicharito, yo, and didn't tell me? And I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't know you were such a big Chicharito guy. Are you kidding me, yo? He's like my favorite guy ever, yo. Whose poster you think I got in my room, yo? I was like, never once did I ever hear you say the word Chicharito. Everyone was mad at me because I interviewed Chicharito. But I remember that like yesterday, but that was a year ago today on ESPN Now or Never. More like never. So
More like nobody.
So everybody loves my stories of strife, right?
Oh, is this a story of strife?
Let's hear it.
I've been waiting all show for this. Rich is fucking over here talking about Taylor Swift. And
I
you're,
know. No.
And you're holding back a story of strife?
It's not, because usually you have like a crazy sort of, and then there's no and then. So I'm just giving you the update. It's called the Life Update on the Covino and Rich Show. Hold on.
Huge Taylor Swift fan.
Huge Taylor Swift fan.
Oh yeah, there's Rich. President of the fan club.
Yeah, huge
All right.
Taylor Swift fan.
If you're listening without the video, sorry guys, you can't see all the fun we're having. So
Yeah, sorry
please
about that.
upgrade your subscription. I don't want you to miss out. It's not about your money. I don't want you to miss out. When it comes to getting your friends involved, it's about their money. I mean, it's about getting them involved. Hold on. There is no Thelma here. I'm getting Scam Likely calls. Sorry.
Okay.
There is no Thelma here. Okay, good.
Are you really?
Yeah, Scam Likely nonstop.
All morning.
My phone keeps vibrating.
Yeah, and you can't dip away now.
Hold on. Who is it?
Like
to,
you can't dip away like you usually do in the middle of the show.
Is Rocket Poo? Is Jeff the Jerk Man?
Oh yeah,
Vic
should
in
I see if?
Toronto.
By the way, we discussed this yesterday. I'm working on a couple new options too, but we discussed this yesterday. If you want to call the show, you can't for now. But if you text our text number, which is in
that you want to talk.
that you want to talk, I will call you.
Yes, we'll do that.
Text the show 412 CNR show 412-267-7469.
And of course, the
and this
Carl
is just my
page.
way to flex.
Rich, keep posted on the in-show thread on the Covino and Rich listener page. Ian Kennedy and the Carls. Ian Kennedy, one of the first guys we told about the news that we're moving to Patreon or taking the show to South Beach.
Oh, you're
taking our
you're
towns to South
revealing
Beach.
that we gave him a personal phone call?
We did. I mean,
Ahead of time?
He deserved it. He does a lot for us, and he keeps people in the know. Thank you to Ian and the Carls. So, Rich, keep chimed in over there.
Okay.
Spot will pull up the text messages,
you
412
also
letter
tell-
CNR show, and we got a live thread going on, courtesy of Patreon. So, I moved in November. The timing, looking back, not that great. And I got a place for a pretty good deal in comparison to the other high-priced condos and apartments in California. And some people are like, well, that sounds too good to be true for a place of that size. And I still am very happy with my decision. I really am. That's not any justification at all. I promise you it's not.
You got to live somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I really
I
like
talked to our buddy Paul last night, and he was like, "Hey, how's everything going?" And I said, "Hey, the Patreon thing's working out so far. We got a couple other things in the mix." And I'm like, I think we'll be all good. I go, timing with the house stuff wasn't ideal. And he said, well, you could say that about anything. What are people going to say? Like, oh, don't have a kid, don't buy a house. You have to live somewhere. You just have to keep living your life. That's it.
Right. And look, interest rates were low. I saw a place that I really liked at a decent price. I knew there was going to be the hassles and hoffs of maintenance and upgrades and things like that that could have been problematic. That goes with any place that you're buying. It was inspected. You know, I could have taken maybe more of a due diligence with making sure other things were handled. But there's other things you just can't foresee. And that's some of the problems I've had to deal with so far.
Did you say Hassels and Huffs?
I sure have.
Did I ever tell you about the time with me and Susanna Hoffs of the Bengals in 1986? Mark Goodman's pleasure chest. Here's Eternal Flame.
It was me. It was the guy from Flock of Seagulls and Susanna Hoff, and we double teamed her. It's called the Lucky Pierre.
What?
I'm kidding. That story is not true. Or is it?
kidding.
Here's
Back to my pleasure
Walk Like an
chest.
Egyptian.
It's Walk Like an Egyptian, 80s on 8. All right, cool. Thanks, Mark Goodman.
Thanks, Mark Goodman.
Thanks, Mark Goodman.
Thanks, Mark Goodman.
Something happened. Rich, do you want to go over some of the stuff I had to deal with once I got this place that I was really excited about?
I mean, I'm thinking of things like your tub was like falling off its grout, right? Like it was like the tub was
major leakage. That's what she said.
Major
That-
leakage,
Whoa.
that caused damage in the apartments below. And you're like, how does that happen? I've only used this tub for 2 weeks. There was lots of complaints from neighbors because of loud noises,
You
HOA
moved in at
fines.
3 a.m. You
Right.
moved in at 3 a.m. and got fined by your HOA.
Right. And, all these little things started to happen. It's like, man, I really need to sage this place. I'm just trying to live my life. Hey, just trying to live my life and enjoy this condo that ESPN and SiriusXM and Sean Wyman at the time allowed me to get. Now I'm trying to figure out ways to continue paying for this mortgage, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of damage I had to take care of. Some I was responsible for. Some, to give you the update, I had to go back to the previous owner and sort of work something out. And this guy, from my understanding, had a little bit of a sketchy past. So I'm a little fearful that this guy's going to have like the Russian mafia take me out one day.
Yeah.
I make for you to
Go.
get even with this guy. And he's like paying people off to get me.
The faucets aren't really working like they say they would.
I make for you.
So
to
you
like-
don't like faucets, huh?
yeah. Dude,
I sent someone.
It's been a sticky situation. Because then it dawned on me, this guy has a reputation. And that's why he has all these cameras installed in this condo. If you go to my condo, it looks like, some drug lord lived there. A, by the design. B, by all the cameras and the crazy alarm system. There's like a $20,000 alarm system in my condo. Like, why did he need all that? We live on
What are you insinuating?
Right.
I hide nothing.
This guy was looking over his shoulder, and now he probably is like, why this man, all deals are final. All deals are final. I make for you to like deal. And I'm like, I don't like this deal. I will make for you to like the deal. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. But he paid me what I thought was a fair amount, Rich. I didn't get the money back yet. But, we agreed on, hey, man, there was problems here. You didn't report them. Let's figure this out. I don't want to bother you. I just want what's fair.
I send Guy. Nikolai will be there at 2 p.m.
I said Nikolai and Boris. Perhaps they solve problem. Huh?
Oh, they'll solve problem. Just
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
Yeah. You must be Boris. Right? Anyway. Guess what happened now? I keep talking about how crazy windy it's been in California. There was a lot of
everyone
rain.
knows
There was
it's
a lot of rain in the
windy.
past, month here in Los Angeles. And here I am looking out on the balcony like, would you believe this? Look at the weather. My God. Look at the cypress trees. They're just like, look at the palm, Melody, look at the palm trees. Look at it. There's a storm coming.
Palm trees.
I'm not worried about my balcony leaking now on the property below. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I got an email like, hey, apartment 2, whatever, right, is complaining that their ceiling's leaking now. I already did damage from my bathroom to another apartment, but my balcony leads into someone else's property, and it's over someone else's bedroom, and there's all this water damage below. And I'm like, well, is that HOA's problem? No, because it's inside your balcony. HOA covers basically everything else that you don't, aren't concerned with right now, like outside of the property.
But isn't that like
everything that's not a problem,
Yeah.
we'll handle that.
Yeah. Everything that has been an issue, we take care of.
The air outside of your apartment?
I'm thinking, wait, what? I pay $600 a month for HOA. Like,
They have like
yeah, that's for like you see all the leaves in the pool. We worry about those whenever we want.
they cover your
That's worth it.
No, they cover your air. Like they cover anything above and outside of your apartment.
We keep rules in place. Like, when we complained about you playing your music at 10:02 p.m. That's our job. I'm like, but what about the whole the balcony thing?
Without rules, where would we be, Steve?
Then I'm thinking, well, how about American Home Shield? I pay them too. Do they cover this? So I go to my
and they cover just like the warranty that covers my car, my Mini Cooper.
So I go to my American Home Shield plan that covers the following: air conditioning and ductwork, heating and ductwork, plumbing, electrical, water heaters, washer, dryer, refrigerator and ice maker, built-in microwaves, dishwashers, garbage disposals, ceiling fans, oven cooktops, telephone wiring, doorbells, garage door openers, instant hot and cold water dispensers, built-in exhaust attic hole house fans, rekeying. I don't see anything about balcony leaks.
That's a
Fuck! Can never do nothing. Figures.
That's a shame.
Right? Like, no big surprise there. So, there's a leak coming from my balcony, and I'm sort of like, there's a part of me I was like, good, fuck that lady downstairs. She's the one that called the cops on me on my first week here.
You haven't been peeing on your balcony, have you?
No. And then I get a message from the HOA guy, and he goes, I think your flashing wall needs to be sealed. Right? He goes, there's a major leak going on below you. Technically, it's the homeowner's responsibility, but we're going to send someone out there to see what's doing. Because this guy knows.
Below me.
Yeah, this guy knows that I've dealt with nothing but headaches since moving in.
Yeah.
Even he said, dude, I think you need to sage the place. I swear to God, he said that to me.
You need to sage your life.
Yeah, he's like, I'm so sorry these things are happening to you. He goes, did you get it inspected? Like, yeah, we did it. Right? So get this. I get to my email yesterday, and I'm thinking, well, I hope my flashing wall's okay. By the way, what is a flashing wall? I don't know.
I think he made up a word.
Yeah. Flashing wall, according to him, is where the wall meets the floor. There is a metal/stucco meeting area. The flashing wall.
Ooh.
Okay? Now, I'm not sure if it's the flashing wall or something else.
So if I come over, you're not going to have like girls flashing in front of the wall?
That's not the flashing wall you'd want.
A whole shady crew of vatos. Like, I'm pretty sure it's the flashing wall. Or something.
You don't even know what a flashing wall is.
Excuse me, senor. Do you have the chingadela on the side? I was like, the chingadela on the side? Yeah, see, by the flashing wall, we got the chingadela on the side. Chingadela on the side, you say. See, or something. Like, I don't know. By the way, that's a Sebastian Maniscalco bit. The chingadela on the side. So, I open up my email because a whole crew of people came to assess the scenario.
A crew?
Yeah. Right?
Was it 2 Live crew?
No, I want people to understand there's real
Cutting
life.
crew.
There's
Was
real
cutting
life.
crew there?
That's why
Motley crew.
Motley Lou.
Losing your job, and your support, it means a lot because we're real people with real lives. And while we're doing the show, a lot of people don't realize while I'm doing the show, I got people at my condo assessing this scenario like, oh, I don't know, looks like a big job or something.
So wait, yesterday it was save Covino's foot. Today it's repair his flashing wall.
Yo, man, I'm not saying this because I want sympathy. I'm saying this to be relatable, giving you the update.
I know, I'm kidding.
I really don't. You know what I hate about this whole scenario, Rich? The feeling of sympathy. I don't want it. What I want is support. What I want is like, fuck yeah, you guys are awesome. We love listening. I don't want sympathy. I'm giving you the update. Like, can you believe this shit? There's always something, right? Just when you pay off your car, Like, that's when the fucking engine goes. There's always something, right? Just when you fix the engine, man, the refrigerator, what the fuck? And then just when the ice maker is fixed, you're like, what's happening with the air conditioner? Are you fucking kidding me? That's
Always
just life. There's always some shit, right? When it's not my butt rash, it's my ankle rash. It's always something. So, I got this nervous feeling. It's like looking at your taxes and seeing like, I hope I don't fucking owe Uncle Sam too much. Every day I'm waiting to see what this assessment's going to be for the flashing wall or the chingarella.
Flash wall.
Right? Right? I get the email. What do you think the damage is? Yeah, what do you think?
Let's see.
Okay, hold on. I'll tell you
wait.
what I was told, though. I'll tell you what I was told first. Oh, hey, they, as Sebastian says, they all got down on one knee. They're like, it looks, it looks pretty bad. I don't know. Hey, your name Jordan? Jordan. You must tell what's it, Steve, that this is pretty bad. This is big job. I don't know. Hey, come here, supervisor. Supervisor comes in. Oh, that's gonna cost like, oh boy, what's that? We're gonna send you the invoice, right?
Can I guess?
Oh wait, I forgot one line. Oh yeah, I know. He say flashing wall. I say, what's this is? This is what, like 600 square feet, right? Si, senor, 600 square feet.
Oh no, that's no good.
Hey, Jordan, right? Jordan, tell Steve, tell your husband. She's like, yeah. Tell him, well, we're gonna probably have to dig up the whole thing. Jordan's like, the whole thing? Yeah, like make it like the whole, pretty much the whole thing or something.
Like the whole balcony, like come and
Jordan's
go.
like the whole balcony? Yeah, we'll send you the invoice.
The whole balcony?
So I call up HOA.
That's a big balcony.
Yo, dude, I call up HOA. I'm like, for a fucking leak, that's the whole balcony? And he's like, oh, don't worry. Let's see what they say first.
I'm going to change my number. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm like, what? So, Rich, long story short, I'm sorry, because like I said, all right, maybe this is the payoff. Here's the payoff. What do you think the damage is for the chingadela and the flashing wall and the leak and all that stuff?
I'm going to say $15,000.
I'm going to say $9,000.
Wow. For complete accuracy, I want to try to pull this up. Something I should have known, but I didn't think Spot was going to come so close.
Oh, I'm going to
Oh, no.
wait, who bid 15,001?
Just
Hey,
over.
Spot. If it's 14 something, you went over and I win.
Shit. No, he went under.
Oh,
it was just over.
Shut up.
It was just over $15,000.
Oh, I won.
Yeah. Can you believe that shit?
I won.
Can you believe that? So I was like, what? For the chingarella? With the flashing wall? I was like, how could that be so much?
That's a lot of money.
I mean, that's a lot of flow. Here it is. Hold on. I'm trying to find the exact amount right here. The exact amount for this proposal is, and I scroll down. Like I said, when you're looking at your taxes, you're like, oh, please don't make me owe a lot.
Every time I get a car repair.
Oh, wait. Spot. You're off by $12.
No.
14,988.
Oh,
so
Rich wins.
You win.
Oh.
Spot went over by $12. But all right, in my mind, I said,
I lost the showcase showdown.
Yeah, here it is. Here's the proposal from Rip-Off fucking Vato Construction Company. Hey, gracias. Hello, Rip-Off Construction Vato Company. Like,
I mean,
God.
hey, $15,000 for my chingadela and the flashing wall. You sure about that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But why do you got to rip down all the other part on the other side?
Oh, what are you gonna?
I don't know.
What are you gonna choose as your top coat color?
Looks to me you got a nice place. I mean, lots of money. Like, that's not how it works.
Hey,
Oh,
you want me to send over my guy?
Oh,
I got
my
someone else coming on Thursday because I was like, yo, guys, seriously? Like, I just so I called, because this was like, yeah, right. Like, hey, as my mom would say, when it rains, it pours. Yeah, and it leaks. You forgot that part, Mom. And it leaks all in the neighbors.
When it rains, it pours and leaks.
It leaks
and,
on my
leaks, yeah.
on my neighbor's bedroom.
Can you like I feel like there's something weird here because this building was built by someone and they built the balcony, right? I don't know. I don't know how these condos work because
they can't.
I feel
can't
like
blame it on
isn't
the
your
previous
building
owner because it's like it looks like general like natural wear and tear.
Isn't your
it's
building
not any sort of negligence unless it was like upkept?
Well, hold on.
Every
I'm
year.
reading the feedback.
Is your
Can
building
I read some of this?
Is your
Yeah.
building all owned or is it, I feel like your building's like mixed use, like it's some rentals, some
Everybody owns it, but they can rent it to people, right? So I own it, I live in it. Other people rent it.
it
From
looks
the
like an
owners.
apartment building to me. That's why.
Hold on, let me make one last statement before we go to the feedback. This is just the update of life, and my God, like there's always something. I'm trying to be relatable. I don't want sympathy. I'm just giving you the story, and hopefully you're entertained by it. People are sometimes, somehow, some way entertained by my strife. But hey, Rich, I called immediately. You know, I saw that American Shit Shield didn't cover anything that I needed, so I was like, well, I pay, homeowners insurance.
Yeah, that's
Let me call up my friend Michelle at State Farm. I'm sorry, Jake at State Farm.
Jake from State Farm.
Hey, what happened to the white Jake from State Farm?
He's still there. You can
Ah,
What, you don't know more than one person with the name Jake?
come on, they could have reinvented a new guy. I like the new Jake from State Farm. Nothing against him. I'm just saying, why are they trying to pull the wool over our eyes? That's not Jake. Jake was the fat guy.
Rob in Minnesota.
Hold on.
saying-
So I call up State Farm.
Okay.
And it looks like, Rich, based on my first conversation here, this is something that would be covered. I just have I have to obviously pay my very high deductible here.
How much is your deductible?
I mean, it's not that. I mean, like, I don't want to pay anything. I just moved into this
What are
place.
you paying? $5 a month in insurance?
So it looks like, I don't want to jinx it or not, knock on wood, but it looks like this is something that would be covered. But, like, what a hassle and a huff. And now I got to be dealing with this shit and the asshole downstairs all over again, a different asshole downstairs. Like, my God, can I get a break?
Oh, so this is a different apartment?
It damaged a different apartment.
Oh
so
my
everybody
God,
everyone hates you
hates you. Oh, you're the worst.
I'm the worst guy ever.
Rob in Michigan said, Covino, you sound like you're getting taken for that balcony. I guarantee it. Those guys are not giving you a good quote.
I showed Spot's my witness.
I was over by $12.
Yeah, 14,000, man. You believe that shit? And that's what they're seeing. They're like, oh my. They're like, hey, come here. Look at this chandelier. This guy's got money. They're like, probably costing about $4,000. And I was like, they're like, 14,000? No, maybe 4,000.
14?
Okay, 4,000 works. Yeah, but you just said 14,000. Oh, my mistake.
And by the way, if you're new to the show,
40?
I say this with love. It's just my Vato's trying to make a buck, but not on my behalf. They're messing with the wrong Vato because this Vato doesn't have that kind of money to be spending on a balcony. I was trying to figure out how much money I'm going to spend on a TV out there.
Can you be like we're each other? We're like one of the same? Can you like play your Vato card?
Covino
Or have you lost it?
is living the 2021 version of the money pit.
That's for sure.
Yeah, but I have insurance. So I'm hoping, that it's
So did
covered.
Tom Hanks and what was her name?
I forget. Who's in that? Meg Ryan?
No.
Catherine
No. She's on Cheers.
Hunt? Hunt? What's her name?
Fuck. I'm turning into Rich.
Kyle saying his wife and
Rita
him and his wife
Perlman?
have decided to live in their apartment until they can afford a brand new house because he's not handy at all, and these are his nightmares.
Oh, yeah. I knew I'd get, I knew I'd have to deal with real life stuff because I now own this place. But, like, give me a break, man. I sure deserve it.
Nick from Detroit saying that American Home Shield not covering anything, Covino?
Shelley Long, God.
American Home Shield doing nothing, huh?
I just read you the whole list
I know.
of what they cover. It says nothing about the flashing wall on your balcony.
But the guy did leave you with panties and a whip, right? Didn't the previous homeowner?
That's a true story. I found very sexy lingerie and a whip, like a tasseled whip, in the closet. I'm like, what was going
Sweet.
on here?
How are the neighbors treating you lately? Jen wants to know. Hit us up.
Fine. Good.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah.
Who lives next to you? Like, who's like your closest neighbors? An old person,
Some
young
old
person?
people.
Like who?
They don't seem to give me any problem. Everything has calmed down, and when I'm chilling, Look, I posted a video at Covino and Rich on my Los Lonely fans page. At Covino and Rich, you could see the backdrop of my dwellings, and I'm very happy there. I feel good about it. When I walk into the room, I'm like, oh, look at this. You know, it's beautiful. It feels good. I like the vibe of it. I like the look of it. I like where it's going. It's modern looking, but still comfy to me. And Melody's very happy there. She loves her setup. But there's all these little things. They're not firing me down the way you would think. Like I said, I'm not regretting my decision. I'm really not. I'm not over justifying. But it is like, man, it's just so unfortunate that, you know, this always has to come along with the story.
The curse of the Covino.
Yeah, like, can't there just be like a good moment without like trying to balance my life with some shit? Can't I just like enjoy some shit without some sort of hassle? Man, it's like, you know, God has a way of keeping me in check all the time. He's like, oh, don't have too much fun right now. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Here's the damage on your balcony.
I think, hey, if it makes you feel any better, I think I have a pipe issue that I'm trying to figure out.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a pipe issue. I'm laying too much of it.
Good one, Spot.
Oh, guy, Spot.
Laying too much of it.
It doesn't.
Laying too much pipe, bro.
Sounds like someone else's issue.
Hi,
Oh,
T.
hey, Spot, could I sign on another Zoom real quick and show you my issue?
You want to like bring someone in?
No. Hold on. Could I? 1 second.
Don't fuck things up.
No, why
By the
not?
way,
Let's
you know
try
what? While you figure this out, we have a phone call.
it. Go ahead, Larry. Who do we got?
Mark in Colorado wants to talk.
Oh,
Hi, Mark.
great.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, I got a question.
Sure.
What do you guys think about the accident that happened a few miles away?
Mark, why is
The
it? Why are you talking
25
about that?
The 20. I understand that, but
Do you
to get
though?
off the problem bullshit.
Do you though?
Wait, I want to know what
To
happened.
get off the problem.
What happened?
The
Hey, what is he talking
25,
about?
the 25 people that were in a 8-person SUV smacked right into a semi.
Really? I didn't know about that. I'm looking at it right now.
13 people died.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
Tragedy. Let's see. An SUV crashed with 25 people at the border. Horrible crash.
Is this it?
Unthinkable toll, according to the LA Times. Oh, the one near the U.S.-Mexico border? That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's like
Oh, wow.
4 hours away.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I thought
I'm
like you
just
meant.
wondering.
Hey, man, anytime someone dies, I'm going to say, man, that's a tough story. That sucks.
Mark, great to hear from you.
You know? I mean, I'm not going to.
Thanks, buddy.
It's horrible. You know, that's why you got to. You got to appreciate every day. You can't take life for granted. You never know what's going to happen. It sucks. I mean, what can I possibly say about that?
Hey, Spot, I'm gonna try to
It's
go
horrible.
on the. I'm gonna try to go on the move. Is that cool?
On the move?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Hold up.
What the hell is this?
Let's see. Hold on.
What's he doing? Oh,
Oh, look at this guy.
look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
Talk about the most interactive show on radio.
Is he showing us pipe?
Yes.
House in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And there's no pipe that burst outside. There's no pipe that burst underneath. I'm just getting no water pressure whatsoever, and I don't know if it's something stuck in a pipe.
Oh, boy.
Or
It must be the
something.
chinguera on the side.
Did the cold? Was this after the cold that this happened?
This was after the cold, but nothing burst. There was no pipe that burst. It just I'm getting like literally that.
Getting like a little trickle.
Everything
A little
else-
trickle.
Everything else in the house is working fine as far as water goes. So, all right, let me sign off.
Little Dick Trickle over there.
Yeah. Crazy.
Man, sorry to hear that, Rich. I bet that won't cost $15,000 to fix.
So any plumber that's like, oh yeah, I know what that is. DM me, hit me up, because I'm like, again, much like Covino, I'm not in the mood to be spending unnecessary money on shit. You know,
Especially now. Like honestly, that's why it's like it's so funny how resilient
Rich
we
people-
are. Like life could get a lot worse. You know, health is wealth. We say it all the time. I'm just saying that I have a way of zombieing my life through autopilot. Because if I think too much about this stuff, I'll jump off a bridge. Like it's amazing how things could pile up in life, and you're like, Yeah, come on, man. I'm doing all I can. I'm doing the best I ever did.
Rich, are you on well water?
I am not on well water.
Okay. Did you clean the faucet screen? A couple people are saying that.
I took the faucet screen off and because it was coming out dirty, like a lot of sediment and dirt. Like
yeah.
maybe there was a clog up or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, no, it was like it was coming out dirty water. Then the dirty turned clean, but the pressure went way down. So, yeah, dude. As Covino said, there's always something. That's you know what I said it. I said it a while back,
That's
and I stand by
ownership. You not only own the product, you own the problems that come with it.
Yeah, I mean that's life, man. That really is, and that's what people realize. You know, that's what sucks about being an adult. Because when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, whatever. You know, you're just living your life. Those aren't your problems. You're playing wiffle ball and running around. That's what's weird about childhood today. Childhood today, kids are like all worried about things that I never cared about, like social issues and real life stuff. It's like, hey, like worry about being a kid.
Yeah, no, I said it before and I'll say it again. And no one, like you guys said, I was like making like a dumb point when I said it. You're 20, like when you look back, like how little responsibility or care you had in your 20s, like you'll never have that little amount of care again because you're a parent, you own a home, you do things like in your 20s. Anyone that's in their 20s, just know that you're living the most carefree life you'll ever live ever. And it's never going to get more carefree.
By the way, Dildo Baggins is like, time to cut your losses, man. Might be time to sell the apartment. Hey, dude, I got insurance on it. Like, why not just get it fixed?
Yeah, but you think this is the end of the issues?
I mean, I hope.
You think this is the end of your strife?
I hope.
It's one thing. It's like my car. It's one thing after the other. The hope is that eventually you'll get to the point where it's better than it was when you bought it. Because that's what I'm hoping with my car.
Did you see my strife?
Yeah.
What's your strife?
With Red Beer Spot and Dickie Doo, Covino and his strife.
Oh, you changed the delivery.
How does it go? I forgot how the pirate shanty went.
You were singing Gilligan's Island.
Oh, I forgot. Well, my strife is my life. My strife is my life. And get insurance and don't sweat the small stuff. Health is wealth is really what it comes down to, man. Because if I don't look at that shit and laugh, and I'm like, oh, the flashing wall, you say. Oh, $15,000? Sure, sounds reasonable. You know, then I'll cry. And it is what it is, and fuck it. Who cares? I really don't care. I'm healthy. I have a beautiful daughter. I have a girlfriend with a fat ass. I mean, I have a beautiful girlfriend who supports me. I have great friends. So what? I got a little leak on the fucking asshole downstairs? Fuck it. Whatever. I got insurance. That's the update, though.
Health is wealth. David Gonzalez and Melissa.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
David and Melissa Gonzalez hit us up saying, Spot make
here.
sure you tell Steve that no stucco job like that is worth $15,000. I'm a contractor in South Florida and work on high-rise buildings. There's no way that's a $15,000 job.
Well, when I went back to
Hey,
HOA
Steve,
and I was
it's
like,
not a $15,000 job, just letting you know.
Thank
yeah,
you,
just
buddy.
let him know.
I was like, HOA. I was like, yo, guys, for real now. Are you serious with this estimate that your guys gave me? Like, you for that? For like what? And even they said, well, we think that's a ridiculous estimate. We're going to send someone else out on Thursday. Like I said, I'll give you the update. This is a show about life, entertainment, sports. Try to throw some comedy in there, and we hope you enjoy.
By the way,
Did you say carmody?
Comedy. That's what my life is. Comedy.
Oh, yeah, it's funny.
oh yeah.
I like that.
I do feel like there are sliding scales of assessments and estimates for work you're getting done, and they really are eyeing you up in your scenario.
They're like,
And-
I don't know. He drives a Civic. I saw it in the garage.
Civic.
I don't know. Like, did you see that chandelier he got? I don't
No, it's
know.
very confusing.
He's so
Like-
opulent in here. I don't know. He's got like a.
It's like
He got like a. He wears like freebie clothes and stuff. I saw him.
it's got a really big TV too.
And they're like, yeah, but
I wonder how much he paid for
I
that.
saw his Terminator head. That gotta be worth a few $1,000s.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like You're right.
His chandelier, he has a lamp that looks like coronavirus.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he has a nice chandelier, but I believe that's an IKEA shelf.
I'm very confused.
yeah, seriously. So I was
No, because it
definitely
happened to
sized
me
up a little
recently where,
He's like
The
really
same
stylish,
work.
but his socks are orange.
the same work is going to cost 5 different numbers if you ask 5 different companies, and that's the good part about working with a general contractor that you trust for a job, Covino. General contractor.
General contractor.
When we needed the asbestos removed from our house, they had to scrape all the ceilings in every room, right? And that's like a whole process and a job, and you can't let that get anywhere. And as you can imagine, asbestos removal, scraping those popcorn ceilings from the 1960s is a process.
Who thought asbestos was a good idea? Who came up with that idea?
You should see some of the sheetrock they're taking down.
asbestos
There was like
a bad
metal.
choice.
There was metal, like metal grates inside old walling back in the day. Like it's amazing.
Did you
what
take
they're
pictures
tearing
for
down.
Jose or no? Did you take pictures for Jose of liquid metal?
Yeah, metal,
Brother, you should have paid extra, brother.
So, Spot, we got
Spotty.
3 different companies to give an estimate, ranging from like a little under $7,000 to $14,000, and I'm like, for the same job. So the person charging $14,000 is just hoping that you don't know any better, right? Is that really what you surmise?
Yeah, I mean, when they said flashing wall, I think they were looking to see if I knew what that meant.
Yeah, they're like, so I'm like, wait, so 3 companies, one saying $7,000, one saying $10,000, and one saying $14,000 for the same exact job.
Same
And it's
exact
not
job,
like-
but again, you have in your mind, well, you get what you pay for. I don't want some half-ass job, and this guy's licensed. This guy, I'm not sure about. This guy's definitely not. So you never know, man.
It happened at the
sucks.
dentist. It happened to me at the dentist the other day, and I love our dentist. But you know how they send in Spot and I go to the same dentist. You know how they send in that
The clowns.
the saleswoman.
Good one.
Not the saleswoman. Not a saleswoman. They send in like the accounting woman.
Yeah, like the person who, like the biller who handles.
Yeah,
all
the person that handles your your insurance and all right, Delta Dental, MetLife, whatever you have. They go over your deal. They're like, all right, you're cleaning, and we want to do a deep cleaning. Remember, I told you I got a deep cleaning. They were like,
I thought
that's
I thought that was at your proctologist. That's not. That's not. Oh, it was at the dentist. My bad.
different deep cleaning. And the woman said, yeah, that's going to be an extra, like, I think it was like $500 out of pocket. And I said, yeah, I mean, do I need to do that? Then I'll just get the regular cleaning. And
You know
They
what
talk
that
to
is?
the-
It's the upsell. I mean, we learned
No.
that at working at the restaurant. You know,
So,
they're
they
always
went
trying
back
to get
to
the
the-
upsell on you.
they went back to the dentist, and I was like, yeah, I probably need the deep cleaning because, I know you were saying my gums are a little swollen and there's some buildup. I'm in my 40s. I get it. Yeah, I should probably do deep cleaning, but $500, I don't know, man. And all of a sudden it magically became $200.
Magically. Look at that. Magically.
Wow, magically.
Magically.
You know what I'm saying? So Spot,
No,
when
I
you go to
know.
our dentist and they say $500, be like, yeah, dude, I'm in the middle of changing jobs and I just bought a house and yeah, I don't feel like spending $500 for a dental cleaning when I'm covered, So, hey, oh, wow, that's $200. Interesting. So I think everything from stores to contractors to doctors, you're being upsold unless you put up a stink or say, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so that's my shitty update, guys. And don't let life get you down. That's it. In the rando news of the day, there's really not a lot, that is worth talking about, to be honest.
Hold on. We're just getting a lot of great feedback. I don't want to ignore people. Our buddy Seabrink in New York.
What's up,
What's up,
Seabrink?
Chris?
Hey,
He said,
Seabrink.
I
Glad
wanted
you're
a
here, man.
concrete. He said, I wanted a concrete slab put in my backyard for a patio.
Mhm.
First guy said $12,000. I shopped around and had a good job done for $1,500.
Wow.
It's insane.
Like, how's that even in the same ballpark?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Honestly, it's disgusting.
This house in Texas that I'm in right now, our property down here, is a 100-year-old house. it's a little uneven. Like if you rolled a bottle, it would fucking roll to the corner. It's like, it's an old fucking house. It's not perfect. There's someone that said, yeah, we want to put a couple structural things in to make the house, not slant anymore. They wanted $8,000. And I'm like, nah, not going to do that. Sorry. And then I got someone for $800 to do some concrete work under the structure. So it really is someone testing your limits. It really is like, yeah, so it's $12,000. And if you say okay, they're not going to say no.
It's a shame. As I referenced Sebastian Maniscalco before, the same scenario often happens when you're getting auto repair, car repair, because the mechanic looks at you and knows you don't know what the fuck is going on, and they assess you according to that. Do you know what's going on? Do you know the prices? And that's what sucks about being ignorant in those worlds.
But you know what? If you say, yeah, no, I can't be paying all that, I could guarantee someone's coming back to you with a lesser number being like, all right, yeah, well, you know what we could do? We could do this. They're testing you. Just a reminder. I know we've talked about this probably in the past, but just a reminder, you're constantly being tested by car salesmen, construction workers, fucking dentists. Like everyone is sort of just
by them. I say tested by the universe. I say tested by God. I'm always being tested, period. Always being tested.
Always being tested.
Always being tested.
Always being tested.
All right. Well,
coming for you.
Thank you guys for all the feedback. Gabby, Jake Benjamin, Steve Clavette, Mark S., Becky, Kirk Carson, KW Mike, Richard Black, all the people chiming in. The Carl's page. I always look forward to reading that at the end of the show. I appreciate that. Everyone texting us. We see it all. 412, the letter C in our show. If you have something to say, you want to call in, just text us. Spot will get you on the phone. 412-267-7469. As far as like what's in the news, Rich, anything standing out to you other than, I got to tell you, multiple times, everyone from my buddy Barnando, who celebrated his birthday yesterday along with my Uncle Bill. Happy birthday, guys.
What's up, Barnon Dad?
Yeah. A few people sent me the same article and story. I guess our former Stomping Grounds released a clip of like ESPN wrestling basketball in Russia. I don't know if you saw this.
But I did see
saw
this.
It.
Yeah.
See, you saw it too. I saw it from multiple sources, from multiple people, and I'm imagining as a result that people listening may have seen it as well. So I'll throw it out there. It's sort of like a basketball sort of thing where they morph two sports, and it looks kind of funny and kind of cool all at the same time. Wrestling basketball, I believe, out of Russia. If not, I'm just stereotyping and assuming it's Russia. And I apologize for that, but it's guys in singlets, straight up like AC Slater. They're in total singlets.
That's weird.
And like who's Rich? King Kong Bundy. No, that wouldn't be a singlet. Is it a singlet if it's one strap?
Andre the Giant had one strap. King Kong Bundy had two.
Oh, he did have two.
Yeah.
So he wore a singlet. So it's dudes in singlets, right? There's a red team and a blue team or whatever. And it looks like the roughest game of 21 ever because instead of blocking and shit, they're taking you down and playing basketball all at the same time. And I have to be honest, it looks like it works. It looks kind of cool. It's like rugby basketball, but with wrestling.
I always thought that in our lifetime.
Or should I say it's like what rugby is to football, right?
Yeah, I've always thought in our lifetime, maybe there's a sport we don't even know about yet because think about it. When our parents were little, go back to the 1950s and 60s. When our parents were little, the NFL was like relatively untested and new, right? The NFL hadn't had a Super Bowl yet. And Major League Baseball was king. The NBA was like not really a thing. So mixed martial arts didn't exist. And the world of MMA didn't exist back then. And a lot changes in our lifetime. So maybe by the time we're old, Covino, there'll be a sport our kids love. And you're like, oh, yeah, you really like that? Yeah, I love basketball wrestling.
Like what if your kid's what if Ben grows up to be a spike ball champion? And you're like, I remember like when that was starting. I didn't think it'd ever be, Ben's like the ultimate frisbee, like Jordan.
Yeah, we
No, like the frisbee. You see the frisbee golf, whatever that fuck that is, right?
Ultimate
we
frisbee.
take for granted that there's constantly innovation. We've talked about it recently, where we said in our lifetime hip hop became a thing. In our lifetime, MMA, the UFC was created. Like things that are big in your life now didn't exist 40, 50 years ago, which means, hey, in our lifetime, you might be an old guy and wrestling basketball might be the main thing on like Saturday afternoons that everyone watches.
I must slam you to make basket. I make for you to like my slam in the basket.
Well, that's that. In random news, aside from that, Rich already talked about Taylor Swift. We mentioned Eminem. And then the other stuff is, Corona and political related, and that's just not fun or funny, and we've talked enough about that. If you're new to our show, it's not something we shy away from. It's just something we're like so over and done with. Just not the fun stuff. But not a whole lot in the news, Still getting used to this new routine. We still are figuring out the extra packages. We're definitely doing more video content. We're going to give the people who paid extra their money's worth. Just figuring out the details.
I'll give you an extra package.
There you go. See, yeah, give them some extra. Not everybody sees the flex cam.
Extra fat.
People
extra
listening.
package.
People listening
Sorry,
without the
Rich.
video features can't see Spot's bulbous ways on the flex cam.
Missing out is an understatement.
Yeah, exactly. Steamy in here.
Want to take a call?
Yeah, let's take a call.
And then I have
412, the letter C in our show.
And then I have an update on Tom Brady.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go. 412, the letter CNR show. 412-267-7469. It's at Covino and Rich on Patreon. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Covino, what's going on, man?
Hey, man.
Hey, talking about your deck and stuff, let me ask you, is it wood board decks that are down on your deck?
I'm saying that in like
Is it
dummy
wood
terms?
boards on your deck? No, it's like a concrete deck, right?
It's got
concrete. It's a concrete terrace.
It's concrete with the stamps on, like a stamp on it, like a layer.
Well, like
not like
stamps like the Queen.
No, it's just stamped like to
Okay.
look like it's stone, kind of.
Oh, gotcha.
Talk to whoever you're going to have come out there and see if for a temporary fix, if they can put like some J channel in.
What's it called?
Which basically J channel.
J channel.
J channel.
It kind of works like guttering, where that you would put around the roof of your house, which will divert water and stuff from going down in between your deck and the walling.
Yeah,
I think this is more of like an internal thing, meaning like there's no holes between the deck and something. This is like a deck. It's less of a deck. It's more of a terrace. And I think Covino's realizing it's probably something's inside of it because there's no gaps. There's no gaps or holes.
I'll have Covino hit you up for details.
Yeah, it's a 600 square foot patio.
Have him message me or something.
Thank you, buddy.
Because
Thanks.
I just wound up having to do this with my house.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I hope it's not that. But
maybe if you say, "Hey guys, what about J channels?" They'll be like, "Oh no, Vato said J channel. No, it's like $4,000, not 14 grand.
No, not 14. Not 14.
Oh man, he said J channel."
Hey, everybody out there trying to make a buck. I get it.
Yeah, can't blame them.
I mean, yeah, no, I know.
I mean, they see you and they're like, "Oh, this guy will pay 15 grand. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about."
So funny. My daughter just hit me up. Her mom took her shopping in Little Tokyo just to get some stuff. She needed some clothes or whatever.
How's she supposed to fit inside if it's so little?
She came back with a Monchichi. You remember Monchichis way back on a Wednesday?
What's a Monchichi?
You don't remember what a Monchichi is?
No.
Those weird things?
Oh, yeah.
Monchichis? You don't remember those?
Monchichi?
Swear to God. Every day we were Saturday morning cartoons.
Show me a picture.
Of a Monchichi? Look it
Hold
up.
on. Monchichi. I'll pull it up. While I pull it up, you talk to Black Adam.
No, but I was going to throw something else out there. So,
Hey, Black Adam.
Hey, Black Adam. What's up?
Let me pull up a Monchichi.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, man.
Hey, I came with. It took me 48 hours to figure this shit out, but I got it.
My man, my man. You know what? It didn't dawn on me that you joined us. I'm still getting used to this. That's right. Hey, Black Adam, thank you. I'm glad you're here. It wouldn't be the same without some of you guys.
I came with it. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna screenshot this. I got a call from Covino and Rich. That's gonna be my new profile picture.
You sure did.
Yeah.
You sure did, bro. You
But
sure
look,
did.
hey, Spot. Spot looks like my 55-year-old uncle getting ready to go barbecue. Man, that's how
Yeah.
he dressed.
That's I'm
Yeah.
ready. I got the grill outside. Let's do it.
He's got the dilly gaff going
Yeah,
on.
Covino, you look like Baby Joker from next Friday, brother.
Hey, Smokey! That's right, bro. That's
and,
me.
and Rich, your head shaped like Doug Funny. You got to think about it.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, man, look, great job, guys, man. I'm with you, man. Loving the new content, man. Y'all guys have a blessed day. You dig?
Hey, yo,
Thank
I
you.
dig
Adam.
and I dig the fact that you're here, man. I appreciate that. Honestly, it's really heartwarming. It really is. And again, we're still getting used to this too. It feels weird. This isn't a go.
Doug Funny, really? That's what he thinks I look
Yeah,
like?
he does.
Yeah, you like that funny.
You do. You know,
You really do.
This isn't a sympathy session. This isn't Go Fun Steve. That's a whole separate thing for my foot. Go Fun Steve. You know, like this is the new way of the world. You know, subscription based content. You pay for what you want. You pay for the shows that you listen to. You know, do you have cable or do you pay for the channels that you watch?
Yeah.
You know, that's really what this comes down to. You're paying for Covino and Rich because that's what you were listening to. It's new to us. We thank you for jumping aboard with us. But anyway, I was back to my story, Rich, and thank you, Black Adam. Melody just hit me up. She's like, Dad, check out my Monchichi. Like, as if I don't know those.
Let me show you what
as if I didn't have those growing up. I'm like, yeah, it's a
Monchichi
Monchichi.
is. These things are frightening.
Yeah, everybody remembers those things. Way back on Wednesday.
Do not remember these at all.
Yeah, I had several Monchichis.
You had these?
Yeah, I had one when I was little. Dude, not like I was 15.
Can we get you
I
a
was little
Monchichi
kid.
for the show?
Sure. Can I spank
Wait.
my Monchichi?
This thing, that does not look like something a cool little kid would have.
I
A
had
boy?
it because I was like 5.
Yeah, and you
You
made
know?
fun of me for having a fucking My Buddy.
I mean, I
That's
was,
way lamer than a My Buddy.
Yeah, this is way lamer than a My Buddy.
you guys don't even know.
Maybe
mine looked
not
like,
as lame
Mine
as-
looked like the vintage one. It didn't look like all fuzzy headed. Like
Maybe
the
not
other
as lame as a glowworm, but definitely lamer than a My Buddy.
one. Dude, just because I have a great memory doesn't mean I had it when I was a preteen. Okay, I was just a little boy.
Yeah, I was just a little boy when I had a fucking
I
My
was
Buddy.
just a little boy. Yeah, but that was a girl toy.
No, it wasn't.
No, kid's sister. Kid's sister was a girl toy.
Monchichis were not. Anyway, she was
Oh.
she was shopping, right? Because she needs clothes because she's hitting a growth spurt and she's not fitting in anything anymore, so she needed clothes.
Also, great timing.
Exactly, right? And she goes, Dad, check out my outfit. I'm like, where you going with that? I'm like, what is you look great, but you know, because I don't want to be discouraging. Oh, you look fantastic. What's that about? That's kind of my tone.
What's that about?
Right. She's like, oh, it's like casual harajuku. I'm like, oh, Harajuku. I'm like, what the hell's that? I'm like, Jordan, you know what Harajuku is? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh,
I only know that from Gwen Stefani.
that's
What's
exactly what it
Harajuku?
is. It's like, it
Harajuku
looks like
girls.
you're a K-pop girl.
Remember
kind of.
remember what was her phase? Like the Love Angel Music Baby phase? With Gwen Stefani?
Yeah, you know, like it's like.
Remember that phase, Rich?
I don't know. It's like
Harajuku.
cutesy punk.
She had
looking.
she had a whole concept album where it was the Harajuku girls.
Yeah, it looks like punk but cutesy.
Yeah, they're like
almost
cutesy
Korean
punk
style.
Asian girls.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
remember, Melody, their culture is not your costume. But I was like, you look very cute, honey.
Let me pull it up. Hang on.
I got it right here, Spot. I'll share it.
But it was a term that was thrown around as if I was the only guy who didn't know it. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh. So you're wearing that because you're going, and you're going shopping in oh.
Yeah, the Harajuku girls.
I
Yeah,
mean,
right
it's
here.
not
I got it.
that.
I'm gonna share
It's
it.
not that.
Rich, I'm gonna
extreme.
share it. I'm gonna share it.
Not that extreme. I can tell you
Yeah.
that. It looks like more like she's in some sort of again, she called it casual.
Like this,
Harajuku.
almost.
I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I was like, what in the hell? I was like, what in the hell? So anyway, did you ever hear that? Did you know that term?
No, not at all. I didn't know about that or the monkey moocher.
Remember?
Hey,
Hang on.
hey, you not knowing a Monchichi is? That's odd to me. but
That's
whatever.
weird.
They never really went away. They had a Saturday morning cartoon, bro.
Yeah, you remember Gwen? I'm telling you, Rich. Gwen Stefani. And this,
Yeah, I get it. It's
as the head of the 2000s, and I mean head, like the giant head. As the head of the 2000s, Gwen Stefani, what was it? Rich Girl, I think was on that album. She went through this whole phase where, and I think her perfume, she had a Harajuku Girl
and
perfume.
she was dressing like that, and
it was a
Melody
whole.
actually made that reference. Like, have you ever seen Gwen Stefani? I'm like, of course, Melody. Stop. Just because I didn't know what Harajuku is, doesn't mean I didn't know Gwen Stefani. Relax. Now.
By the way, Spot, did I see there when you scrolled there? It said Gwen Stefani apologized. At any point did she have to apologize for dressing Asian?
I don't know. Let me
I don't
see.
know.
Let me
Well,
go
this way back Wednesday Monchichi discussion about Harajuku was brought to you by Dad Life. Thank you. All right, just
yeah,
giving
she
you a
had
quick update.
to. I mean, I don't know how valid the source is, but this was 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. Defends Harajuku Girls era, denies cultural appropriation.
I got to tell you, little kids are next level with their style and their dance moves and their social understandings. Their social awareness.
Yeah.
Well, can I throw up one more thing then, as far as social understanding? Then
I liked being dumb and ignorant.
Yeah. Like, how did you?
I saw the phrase "digital blackface" the other day.
I saw that. Saw this on Daily Mail.
I wonder.
Oh no, this is different. There's a story, Rich, in Daily Mail about kids who are expelled or some shit because they posted a picture, and everyone's like, "You can't do that. It's blackface," and they just had a mask on, like an acne mask, like a facial mask. And that is the story for sure. They're like, no, it looked stupid, and we took a picture of ourselves. That's the story as I understood it, according to Daily Mail yesterday.
No, I was talking about digital blackface, where, correct me if I'm wrong, Spot, if you want to try to just search digital blackface, they're insinuating, I don't know who they are again, the people that love to complain about everything, that when you respond to someone's text or tweet or Instagram post or Snapchat or whatever, fucking their TikTok video, if you respond with a meme or a GIF of someone that's not from your culture, it has underlying racism.
I got to tell you, I have a total thought on this for sure. This is something I've already been aware of and something that I've noticed as I search my GIFs, right?
Like if you say something funny and I want to do a confused look, I'm allowed to use the Dexter-looking guy blinking his eyes because I'm white, but I can't use like the black guy pointing at his head like,
I'm not caught up to this sort of sentiment yet. My feelings are not this.
Yeah.
But maybe they will be as I try to evolve, okay?
I'm gonna say it here.
I'm not trying to make anyone's eyes roll, but right now it doesn't absorb to me that this is any sort of racist problem.
I don't think it's racist at all.
Okay. It's race related because they are people of different culture.
I'm just pointing out something.
These are the best GIFs, and we should celebrate them.
Well, here's my thought on this.
They're the best.
I'm so socially aware and conscious of what could be offensive that I've noticed that when I search things, there's a lot of black GIFs, a lot. And then I was like, oh, this dawned on me in the past month before the story broke, and I'm like, well, maybe this is related to Black History Month. Like maybe there's just an influx of these gifts because of Black History Month, and maybe that's why. Then it dawned on me even more that, well, maybe, and this is a positive stereotype, and I hope people could understand that and appreciate it, because there's such a thing. Maybe black people are just funnier in a lot of ways. Therefore, a lot of gifts featuring black people. Right?
I mean, if you say something.
But if you really want to know, where the racism lies, it's in when you look up white people and it's all goofy shit. I promise you. I promise you. This is where you're losing the fight. If I need to find a white guy, it's some fucking Poindexter with glasses doing a clogging dance. I promise you. I promise you that's where the racism lies.
It's like Mr. Bean.
The black shit's funny. That's why I post it. It's great. The Thinker, I love that guy. If I want to find some white shit, it's some fucking guy like, I promise you. It's Mr. Bean.
If you catch me off guard and I'm
Rich.
like.
This is how I would describe Rich.
Type white guy. That's what you get.
White guy.
That's what you get.
If I want to hit you back with a meme or a GIF, and I'm like surprised, like damn, like apparently I can't use the guys in Friday on the stoop, like Damn. Like, I can't.
Damn. All right, sorry.
Like,
no, this way.
I can't do. Oh, okay.
Damn.
Damn.
There you go.
Oh, I'm out the picture now. All right, but I can't use that one.
No, you can use Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
And all the Poindexters
Oh.
that they have. Dude, you can use Orville Redenbacher and like Buster Poindexter. That's about it.
Can I use the little kid, the little fucking kid with the pumpkin pie haircut, and he's like,
You could use the little girl in the back seat who's like, yeah, that's it. You can't do anything.
yeah.
It's the worst. I think this is horseshit. I'm
Well.
giving credit to the black brothers that listen to our show and in life that, hey, you're just funny. Like, you guys are better at this shit. You make us laugh because you're funny and humorous and you're ahead of the trends. And that's, one of the many things that black people are good at. You're funnier to the public. And therefore, there's lots of gifs to describe how we feel sometimes featuring black people. And
I never even thought.
I
never
feel
even
the
thought.
racism lies opposite, where good luck trying to find, like, all right, ready? If there's a black guy and he's behind a tree and he's like, ooh, try to find the white version of that. It's some fucking herbivore with glasses on with the tape in the middle and suspenders.
Hey.
You're like, like that's how you want to portray white people? That's the racism. That's the racism. Give me a break.
Spot.
Mr.
Spot,
Bean,
share-
is he your? Hold on, is river dancing all that portrays? Is clogging nerds the only thing that portrays white people? That's the problem. And by the way, Daily Mail, do you have that thing from Daily Mail?
I can't
Spot?
find it.
Oh, again, these kids just had a simple facial mask on.
Oh, yeah, that I have.
Yeah, and they got
All right,
backlash
hold
on
on.
that.
Hold on. I got an experiment for you, Spot.
Yeah, what is it?
Actually, no. Let me share my phone. Is that cool?
Sure.
Hold on. Let me log back on. Let me share this with you because I think it'll be telling for what I'm saying. You can keep Mr. Bean up there because that's me right now.
And by the way,
What do you mean?
look, hey, I'm not a black guy. Maybe people do use these gifts in racist ways. I'm not in denial of that. There's always assholes and racism and jerk-offs, but I don't think if you're sharing a gift, that makes you a racist. Let's be real about this. I think people just like to push boundaries to make change sometimes. I don't know.
All right. So, let's say I want to text you, Spot.
Yeah. Careful, because
Okay.
I say a lot of nasty things.
Okay. All right. Hold on. How do I? All right, here we go. Let's say I want to text Spot, right?
What does it say?
If I want to text you a GIF, right?
Yeah.
If I search, damn, right?
Yeah.
Search.
Anthony Anderson comes up.
It's all African American people.
You know
so
why?
If it's all black people, look, damn. Like,
Because who says damn better than a black guy?
does honestly, really, does Star Trek work? No.
I mean, you use that Jimmy Fallon one.
So I have to use Jimmy Fallon being like, damn it.
Yeah.
Darn. He really said it. Darn it. Dang.
Sang.
Hey, that's our
No,
world.
Rich, you get to use the white girl with the blonde hair.
All right.
You get to
There
use
you go.
Star Trek guy.
You mean Patrick Stewart?
Star
that
Trek guy. Patrick Stewart.
By the way, here's that story from Daily Mail.
This was a school in Mountain View, California that sparked a lot of controversy recently. As we wrap up the
Beat it,
random
ad.
news of the day, 2 teenage boys suing the exclusive Catholic school for $20 million, claiming that the photo of them was blackface, but it was actually green acne medication.
Yeah, that's the photo.
I could see how one would say, "What are you guys doing?" But then when you realize what it is, it makes a lot of sense. Like what woman or guy doesn't take a picture of themselves when they have a stupid mask on, right? And they got a lot of shit for that. And, they're like, hey, man, that's not what we were doing at all.
Wow.
Hey, maybe they were. I don't know. But it seems to be that it was innocent after all. So, look, it's not always as it seems. There is racism. I'm not in denial of that. But maybe sometimes, guys, we got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Just because they have a mask on or just because they sent a GIF doesn't necessarily mean they're racist.
Yeah.
All right.
True that. Double true.
And that being said, the most inclusive show, I can't even say on radio. What do we say? In the world.
in the
on Earth.
broadcasting world.
On Earth is going to call it a day, man. I hope
Yeah.
Why would you wanna? You got something else?
I had one more quickie. Then we'll call.
Quickies.
Okay.
One more quickie because I said Tom Brady. I wanted to throw it out there.
He's keeping his promises.
Oh
now.
wow, that's the new Rich Davis, everyone.
Hey,
Do we have any news alerts? Do we have cool graphics?
there's no reason for. I can't tease things and not get to it anymore because we have no limits.
Rich kept the promise. Rich kept the promise, everyone.
This is history made on his 3rd day of Patreon. Rich Davis, he kept his promise. He kept his promise.
All right.
Wow.
Here's the story. Morning Glory. Giselle urged Tom Brady to retire immediately after the Super Bowl, saying, "What else do you possibly have to prove to anyone or yourself?"
I agree.
And she really made a strong push. And to be honest, I agree with her 100%. But I mean, when you got a team that's good and you're still feeling good, why would he not try to run it back? But the fact that it was like Giselle honestly put it out there, they're like, "Yo, I want him to retire. Like, come on, let's go. Let's move it along."
It's a great ending to a great story, and there is no more to prove, but you're only young. I mean, he's 43, but you're only young once, and you only get one shot at this, and he wants to keep it going. It's his legacy to worry about, not ours, not Giselle's, but it does really put a nice little bow at the end of a great career if he were to walk away. So I do understand, and he's healthy. Go out with all your your marbles and faculties, and it makes sense to do that. But if he's not ready, he's not ready.
And he also did say that he was buzzing buddy when he threw the Lombardi Trophy off the boat.
Of course he was.
Oh, he was so lit.
Who's gonna blame him for that? I don't care. That's great. It makes him cooler.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, and it makes him cooler. As far as I know, he didn't apologize to the creator of the Lombardi Trophy's daughter. I don't think he needed to. As far as I know, he didn't.
No, he didn't. So,
all right. Well, hey,
Tom
Rich,
Brady.
before we call it a day,
yeah.
There was some money in my Venmo, and it was for our first live read. And
Why was it in your Venmo again?
Spot, I don't know. I'll split it with you, bud.
I mean,
Or just give it back to him.
Yeah, or just give it back to, well, let me read this.
Is it Rainer Zeitlo? He missed us.
This live read.
Yo, Rain Man.
Yo, shout out to the Rain Man. We built such a bond with him just to disconnect so quickly.
In an ever-changing media environment, it can be hard to know where to get your content from. Maybe you have a favorite radio show that used to enjoy 5 days a week for 3 hours a day, and now it's only 4 days. Maybe you have access to a satellite radio account that up until now, I don't know, Friday had things you wanted to listen to, but now you no longer does. Am I butchering this live read?
Why would it be any different than any other live read?
Do I have to pay him back? These are just hypothetical situations. But what do you do when you don't know what to listen to? Am I the only one reading this?
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah.
Two longtime friends have come up with a business to help. Mark Zito and Ryan Sampson. I thought not Covino and Rich.
God, this must have been one fat Venmo deposit.
Mark Zito and Ryan Sampson founded This Is Happening for people who needed content. This Is Happening is new Monday through Thursday and can be listened to daily or all at once on Friday if your favorite show takes a day off. I guess we're the favorite show, right?
I mean,
This Is
obviously.
Happening comes complete with patented ear number technology. You can listen to the program
That's
or
so
any
dumb.
setting 0 to 100.
This is the
Don't
dumbest
wait
thing ever.
to hear a word of it. 0 is for you, while 100 will give you something some ear-busting loudness. And if it sounds like I'm just describing volume, I am not. Don't be a chode.
I think that might have been just for you not to read.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it. In the satellite radio company's app, use promo code, quote, This Is Happening, unquote, and I really just mean type that in your search function. Again, just type promo code This Is Happening in the search box for satellite radio company's app. As founders Mark and Ryan have always said it, at least this wasn't a commercial for a fucking box of meat. Thank you, Mark Zito.
That being
Mark
said,
Zito, okay.
Mark Zito
I do love Butcher Box.
Yes, of course.
Rich, do you have that photo?
I'm just reading the copy. Mark Zito.
Do you have that photo that encapsulates Mark Zito?
It's an odd scenario we're in because we're obviously still friends with our pals at SiriusXM. Mark Zito and Ryan Sampson are supporting what we do.
By the way, he legit
They
did buy that read.
did buy this read from us. So check out This Is Happening on SiriusXM. Of course, when this show is over, this is happening at SiriusXM On Demand. But
the picture of Mark Zito?
Yeah, Mark Zito.
There he is. There's Mark Zito waiting to take our time
Ready
slot.
to take our time slot.
But thank you. Our former time slot. Now we're here and we're happy. I do thank you, Mark Zito. We love you. He's always going to be part of our family, part of our show. He does his own show. This is happening. But this is happening, guys. Covino and Rich on Patreon. And, man, 3 shows in. It feels great. Rich, how about you, man? You loving it? I'm loving it. I only thing I have to say is thank you and continue to tell friends because that's what we're relying on. And I do feel, and I'm not just saying this as some sort of ploy. If you get your buddy or your family member involved, it just gives you more camaraderie and shit to bond over and laugh about.
No,
so
that is true.
Get
that
them
is
a
true. Now the mission is, hey, if we're going to go this route and say, hey, let's be our own boss and let's make our own company.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we need to get on the phone with our accountant right after this show to figure out what was this about LLC versus what?
S Corp.
Yeah, if anyone knows,
S-Corp.
LLC versus S Corp. I feel like for what we're doing, it's just the 3 of us. We don't need to get too involved, but
there's tax reasons that S Corp might be better. I don't know. We got to figure
if
that out.
anyone's smart, hit
Let
me
the
up.
accountant figure that out. But
My brain's dead this week.
you know, we're trying to take this into our own hands because it's the new way. It's the new model. It's the new medium.
Oh, and could I base the company out of Texas since I'm here 100 days of the year this year, and I could get Texas doesn't have state tax.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Then why don't you set up the account?
Can I do that? I don't know, right?
Yeah,
Is that what Derek Jeter? Why Derek Jeter lives in Florida like a third of the year when he was the Yankee?
Why don't we move to the Bahamas and just set it up there?
Oh, can we set up an offshore account? I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah,
a numbered offshore. I've always wanted to say I have a numbered offshore account.
Why does offshore account insinuate illegal? Is it illegal? No, right? You can have an offshore.
I just want to say.
Yeah.
Can we also get a safety deposit box? I've always wanted one of those too.
No, my dad had one of those. He was so proud of it. Hey,
what did he keep it in? A shoehorn and some coins?
Kept he had a Playboy deck of playing cards from his grandpappy. Hey, my safety deposit box and a few Indian head nickels, some buffalo nickels. All right, so guys, I'm feeling great about this. If everyone who subscribed gets 1 friend, honestly, that should be your mission because it just helps. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't want any more from you. All I want is for you to keep doing what you're doing and listening and enjoying, and hopefully you're getting your money's worth, and we're going to do everything we can to ensure that because this is weird for us too. But if you get 1 friend, we are good. We are good, and we just take it from there.
If everyone got 1 friend.
Shit, I got to find friends.
1 friend.
If everyone got 1 friend to be like, hey, why don't you do this too? If everyone got 1 friend, Covino and I wouldn't have to worry about anything, and this transition would be even better for us.
Yeah, and we're able to do more. Then we're able to do more. We're not having to worry about what else could we do.
I mean, some people are like, hey, why don't you guys? What's going on? It's like, well, we do need to leave a little time in our lives to pursue other work and stuff. That's the truth.
Yeah, we left a full-time job that was paying a lot more than what we're doing right now. Although the show's great, it's doesn't pay the same. Before my foot falls off, tell a friend, get a friend.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Mr. Moneybags, and I don't expect you to be, get them 1 month so they can check it out. And then let them pay from there. But get a friend involved, and it means the world to us. That's it. I don't want anything more. we're just trying to do a great show. And this is the way it is nowadays. All right, so, Rich, that being said, thank you.
Hey, guys, have a great Wednesday. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.